3 cards. Come on, jerk.
Give me 3.
Hey, Gloria had the baby. Look, she sent a picture. Isn't that cute?
Hey, just with those cute little dimples. You got it upside down.
Hey, boy, just think we're all fathers.
Hey, you guys remember when we first found out it was going to happen? Huh?
Yeah, just my luck. I had to be in New Caledonia.
Yeah, and you left me in charge of the boat. Boy, what a day that was.
Fire!
All right, you civilians. You can come up now. It's safe.
Pardon.
We're out of range.
Pardon. Monsieur, my daughter and I, we owe you and your men a great debt of gratitude. You saved us from the Japanese in the nick of time.
Well, it was all in the nick of duty. You know how it is, Monsieur Gerard. C'est la guerre. That's French.
All right, man, let's pick up this brass.
Do not minimize your efforts, mon capitaine. It was a very brave thing you did.
Wow.
Oh, I do not know what I can ever do to thank all of you.
Oh, we'll think of something, honey.
You know, I was...
Oh, no, please, gentlemen.
Hey, all right, man, let's get back to our station. All right, man, now let's get it. Here comes the 73 boat now, sir.
Good. Intelligence will want to interrogate Monsieur Gerard and his daughter right away.
All right, man, stand by to put it in the Terratuba. Let's get her ship shape. Let's look sharp, man. Steady as she goes.
Aye, aye, sir.
So young and so much responsibility. Well, I'm very impressed, mon capitaine.
Mon ensign.
All right, sailor, I'll take her in.
Mr. Parker, you don't know how.
I always make it a practice to bring in my own boat. I don't trust anybody with my baby.
Mr. Parker, that's too much throttle! Look out!
Good afternoon, Captain.
You numbskull. Look what you've done. Oh, the Auto Club would never believe a thing like this.
Well, we have plenty of witnesses on board, sir. I'm sure they'd all be.
You just stand at attention. Oh, this whole thing is my fault. I should have my head examined for letting McHale put you in command while he's over in New Caledonia.
Oh, please, mon capitaine, it was my fault.
Oh? Oh.
Well, now, Miss Gerard had nothing to do with it, sir. As temporary commander of PT-73, I assume...
Oh, shut up. Get your boat out of my Jeep. Deal with you later. Now, Miss Gerard, let me take your hand, my dear. I'll help you ashore. There. Watch your step. Oh, there we go. You're safe and sound now. I'm Captain Wally Binghamton. The important thing is we've gotten you off of your plantation and you're here safe and sound.
You're
and
very
certainly
kind,
sound.
Captain. Oh, Captain?
Yes?
This is my papa, Monsieur Gérard.
Your papa?
Monsieur Gérard.
Yes. I have been ashore, Captain.
Yes.
Her papa.
Merci.
Welcome to Terratuba, Monsieur
Oh.
Gerard.
Merci. We are very thankful and happy to be here.
And now Lieutenant Carpenter will escort you to intelligence where your assistance is going to be invaluable.
Oh, yeah, I understand completely. If you will lead the way, I'm at your service.
Fine. After that, we'll try and find some suitable accommodations for you and your daughter.
Wonderful, thank you.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Mon auntie, it was wonderful.
Parker.
Yvette, you must go.
Bye.
Attention! Now hear this, Ensign Hot Lips. You and this pack of wolves that you and McHale laughingly refer to as a crew come within a mile of that girl. I'll have you drawn and quartered. Do you read me?
Yes, sir. Drawn and quartered. Positively, sir.
Positively, Parker, the only thing that you can be positive of is that you will never be more than an ensign. Getting a jeep with a PT boat.
They'll call everybody.
Hey, thanks, Willie.
Christopher. Edwards.
Right.
Tinkerbell.
Thank you.
Fuji, a hometown paper.
Huh?
Groove, smells like another cheesecake from your mother.
Good old Mom. Okay, you chowhounds. Gruber's Gourmet Shop is open for business again. $1/2 a slice, same as always.
Hey, I'm gonna be a father. Me, I'm gonna be a father.
Read it.
All right, quiet. Now listen. And the doctor said the baby should be here around the 15th of July. Of course, this miracle would have never happened if Commander McHale and that unbelievable crew of yours hadn't gotten us married before I was shipped stateside. So tell them all that they're going to be godfathers and the baby will be named after all of them. It will be Quentin, Charles, Lester, William, Harrison, Virgil, Happy, Fuji, Christopher.
All right, what happened? Congratulations, Mr. Parker, you're about to become a father.
I am? Hey, wait a minute, I'm not even married.
Christy's wife is having the baby. She's naming it after the whole crew, all of us.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Well, it's kind of hard to believe. Gonna be a Charles II.
Yes, sir, that's true, sir.
Hey, Christy, what hospital's Gloria going into, huh?
I don't know.
Gloria's got out the best of everything. Private rooms, nurses, the whole shot.
Not to mention the best doctors.
And toys for little Fuji. Lots of toys.
Hey, now, wait a minute, fellas. Look, Gloria and I can't afford anything like that. I'm just an ordinary sailor.
But this ain't no ordinary kid.
Oh, not with 9 fathers, it isn't. All right, guys, get it up. Everybody, and no slugs, huh?
Oh, now, hold it. You guys are I appreciate what you're trying to do, but Gloria and I can't
Oh, wait a minute. I don't want to discuss this any further. I want that child to have everything I didn't have as a child.
Yeah, you can say that again, Mr. Parker.
How much we got there, crew?
Roughly, we got enough to keep the kid in talcum powder for 2 weeks. $12, 18 cents, and 4 yen.
Best I can do. Haven't been paid lately.
Hey, look, fellas, I got an idea. Why don't we have a floating crap game? Maybe we can run it up, huh?
Oh, yeah. But how do you know we're gonna win?
We use his roll the dice.
Oh, sure. Suppose we get caught. You want our kids should start a flight with a police record?
Hey, I got it. We hold a raffle.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Raffle's a good idea. It's safe, and what do we got to lose?
Our necks. Oh, no. You know how Binghamton feels about any form of gambling. No, that is out.
Mr. Parker, you don't want that poor defenseless little tyke to be born on the charity ward, naked, friendless, broke.
Parker, what kind of a father are you?
Well, I just feel that we should discuss
Good.
that.
Then it's all set. Now, what are we going to raffle off? It's got to be something sensational, something everyone on the base would really like. Now think, what would everyone like more than anything else in the world? That's it. Yvette!
Yeah, that's not a bad prize. Now, we get... Wait a minute, Yvette, you can't raffle off a woman.
Relax, Mr. Parker. Everything would be on the up and up. Oh, I can see it all now. An evening in Paris. Sailor, how would you like a date with a beautiful mademoiselle? Dinner for 2, candlelight, wine, dancing under the stars. That ought to be worth $1 a throw, huh?
I'll spring for that. Hey, you got $1?
Now, wait a minute. I'm sure if the skipper were here, he wouldn't approve of this kind of thing.
But Yvette said she'd do anything to repay us, didn't she?
Well, nonsense. You can't ask that young lady to do a thing like that.
Yeah, Mr. Parker's right, guys. We can't ask Yvette to do something like this.
Right. I'm glad you came to your senses.
That's right, Mr. Parker. We can't. But you can.
I can. What do you mean?
Remember, it's for Charles II.
Parker, what a surprise. Entree?
Yes.
Kind of quaint.
Now.
Well, I guess I better leg along, or run along.
But you just arrived. Oh, I see. Well, I'm sorry, but you see, this is all I have been able to borrow. Does it fit to, how do you say, snug?
Snug? Oh, no. Look.
Well, can I do something for you, mon ensign?
Well, yes, there is. Monsieur Gerard.
Mademoiselle Gerard.
Oh, mercy. We were just wondering, how would you feel about a date with a sailor?
Oh. Well, that depends on who this sailor is.
Yeah, well, that's just it. We don't know who it is yet. Well, you see, maybe I better start at the beginning.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Come on.
Well, well, you see, it all started with Charles II.
Oh, he wants to date.
No, he's too little for that sort of thing. Why, he's only that big. Well, I mean, he'll be that big when he's born.
Baby. Well, I didn't know you were married.
Oh. Oh, no, I'm not married. No, you see, Gloria's married. She's married to Christy, see, but she's naming the baby after me.
Oh?
Well, she's naming it after the whole crew, because we're all responsible for them getting married. Oh, boy.
Now, what is it you're trying to say?
Well, you see, Christy doesn't have the kind of money it takes to have a baby, so we're running a raffle.
Oh, a raffle? To raise money for le petit enfant? I'll buy a ticket.
No, you don't understand.
Why, I cannot buy a ticket. Well, it is for a good cause, no? And besides, maybe I'll win the prize. Well, she's a nice prize, yes?
Oh, great. Terrific. No, wait a minute. You see, well, the whole thing is, you're the prize.
What? I am the prize?
Yes. Well, now, the thing is, the prize is a date with you. See, we'd have a big bowl, and the guys would... Oh. You're right. The whole thing's ridiculous. I'll just go back and tell the guys that you said that...
I'll do it.
That you'd do it, and then we'd all do it.
Maybe. Yes, I tell the captain to explain Papa, and there is no...
Oh, no, you can't tell the captain. Oh, no, boy, if he found out gambling...
The captain is like my papa, yes? Very strict, no?
Yeah.
Okay, we do it and we keep it a secret, no?
Well, we'll do it and keep it a secret, yes.
What's taking Mr. Parker so long?
I don't know. Oh, brother, look who's coming. Parker, out of there.
Well, I guess I better be going now.
All right. But remember, when this is all over, perhaps I can get a date with Charles I.
Oh, my God. Oh, I'll get it.
Oh, it's...
Man! Condition red! Binghamton and Mr. Gerard are coming. Condition red!
Oh, boy, that's about as red as you can get. Well...
Suppose I win. How do I collect?
Lend you this.
$145 to the Seabees, another 100 from the 102nd Bombers.
245 more, Mr. Parker.
245. $185. And I just talked to Willie. He said the USS Georgia and 2 destroyers radioed in another 400.
Hey, that, Mr. Parker?
Did I? Gentlemen, congratulations. You've just paid for your son's college education.
Wow, what a bankroll. You know, with the right crap game, we could probably send that kid off to a nice, happy wedding and have a little left over for the grandchildren.
Mr. Parker! Oh, no, you don't. Chrissy's making out a money order and sending us right home.
Oh, just a suggestion. I felt a little lucky. Just a little idea, a little suggestion, that's all.
Make room for Monsieur Grubet.
Bonjour, gentlemen. Tonight is the night. In a few short hours, some lucky Pierre will be diving.
Get out with the drawing.
All right, you peasants. Try to add a little class. Adjust the blindfold. Keep it on the level. S'il vous plaît, Willie. Thank you. Nothing. Nothing, huh? Here we go.
Just hold it, Buster.
What is it, Sarge?
Yeah. We know all about you crooked slobs. Get out of there. Now, I'm going to pick the winning ticket, see? And the winner better collect. Or I personally will lead the whole Pacific Fleet in a little landing right on your neck.
Oh, wait a minute, Sergeant. Yeah? You don't mean to tell me that you're insinuating that our little raffle here had... All right, let's clear an area in here with the Sergeant.
The winning number is 867. 867. Anybody here got it?
Now hear this. Now hear this. The winning number is 867. That's 867.
Well, who won it?
It ain't me.
We don't have his name. It was in that batch we sold to the fleet.
Well, one thing we can be sure of, whoever it is who'll be here for his date at 8 o'clock tonight, comes kamikaze or high water.
Oh, he'd better be. And so had that bit of French pastry over there, too. Or else.
It's 7:45 already. We better snap it up.
Yeah, the faster we get this over with, the better.
Here we go. On aboard, mademoiselle, for an evening in Paris.
Well, I'm sorry, boys, but I cannot go with you.
Good enough. You just hurry up and you get it. What do you mean you can't go?
You gotta go.
Well, I tried to reach you all afternoon, but Papa is gone away, and the captain is coming to take me to dinner.
Captain Binghamton? He didn't even buy a ticket.
Bet you've got to come along with us. If you don't show up, whoever won that raffle is going to tear it out on the part and us with it.
With a small assist from the Pacific Fleet.
I gotta go. See, the captain is going to tell Papa, and then I'm in...
Miss Gerard, it's me. It's Captain Wally Binghamton.
Tell me, go away. Tell me, got a headache.
Miss Gerard, are you in there?
Oui, Captain. But you see, I'm terribly sorry. I have a terrible headache. I'm afraid I cannot go with you.
Oh. Oh, well, that's too bad. Could I get you something for it? It might make you feel better.
No, you see, I've already taken some medicine, but... Well, thank you anyway.
Well, I hope you feel better. Good night.
Good night.
Safe at first.
Hey, it's 10 to 8. We better run for it.
Yeah, well, let's make sure he's gone first.
Now what do we do?
Boy, why does skipper have to be away at a time like this?
Well, in the old days of Vaudeville, there was always a way out.
Hey. Oh, no. Guard detail.
Oh, that Binghamton's getting sneakier every day.
Maybe he's gone by now.
Check it. Now he's trying to date the nurse.
The way that Binghamton operates, it'll take him a week. Holy cow, it's 5 to 8.
Well, we're trapped.
There's only one thing to do. We gotta disguise Yvette some way and sneak her past the captain.
Hey, maybe I could borrow a uniform from one of the nurses.
No, that wouldn't disguise everything we've got to disguise.
Maybe Yvette could get into one of our uniforms.
Hey, good idea, Tink. After all, this is a hospital. We could sneak her right past the captain, and he'd never even look up.
Now, wait a minute. If 3 people walk by him in Navy uniforms, that means that somebody's got to stay in here, and there's a
You know what?
You're just the right size.
Oh, now, hold on, you guys. No.
I'm afraid it's our only chance, mon ensign.
Let's go. Time's running out.
Remember, it's for Charles II.
Nope. I'll be in my dressing room.
Voila, I'm ready. How do I look?
Great. You're my kind of ensign.
Mr. Parker, you'll be perfectly safe here. Just lock the door. Let's go.
Well, hurry back with my uniform.
Yes, sir. Ensign Krausemeyer will take care of the detail first thing in the morning, sir.
Well, it's 8 o'clock. I'm off duty. Captain, I think I'll take you up on that dinner invitation.
Oh, that's fine. Why don't we get started now?
Oh, I'd like to freshen up a little. Tell you what.
What?
I'll ask Yvette if I can borrow some lipstick. I'll only be a minute. Yvette, this is Helen. Can I borrow a lipstick? That's funny.
What's the matter, my dear?
The door seems to be jammed.
Oh, well, let me help you. It is jammed, isn't it?
Yvette, there's something the matter with your door.
Yvette, are you in there? Answer us.
Oh, oui, mon captain.
Are you all right, my dear?
Oui, I'm fine. Trust bone.
Well, how is your headache? It seems to have gone to your throat.
My headache?
My headache. Oh, it's better. Go away.
Go away? There's something strange going on in there.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Well, I told you it was on the level, Sarge, huh? Here he comes now, the lucky stiff. Welcome, winner. Welcome to an evening in Paris.
Greetings, losers, and welcome to 6 months at hard labor.
Oh, no, please, Doctor, let me explain.
There are no explanations necessary, Miss Gerard. These men have violated every rule in the book. No. I intend to throw that book at them. Disobedience of orders, off limits in the nurses' quarters, improper uniform, kidnapping.
Well, now, Captain, I'm sure.
Freeze, Ensign! Pull up your blanket. Look, my dear. This is the most outrageous thing I've ever lived through. Raffling off a... Oh, that must be your winner now. Well, whoever he is, he's just in time to go to the brig with the rest of you. All right, stand over there. You're under arrest.
Admiral Reynolds, under arrest? And what are you talking about, Binghamton?
Well, I told you, the men were having a raffle.
You're telling me there's been a raffle? And who do you think's got 867?
The admiral.
Sorry I'm late, my dear. You must be Yvette. I'm Roscoe G. Reynolds.
Boy, we sure went through heck, but it was worth it for our son.
Yeah, well, all I can say is it's a good thing that Admiral Reynolds had the winning ticket and that he thought it was for a good cause. Otherwise, boys, we'd all be celebrating Father's Day in the brig.
Say that again. Oh, no!
What's the matter?
What's the matter?
What's the matter?
What's wrong? He's not a him. He's a she. It's a baby girl.
Wait a minute. Hold it. Oh, so if it's all right with you and the crew, I'm naming her Quintina, Charlene, Leslie, Wilhelmina, Harriet, Virginia, Hetty, Fujiana.
Hey, I kind of like that. Charlene the Second. No, she's got cute dimples. Oh, my.
boy, what a time for the engines to cock out.
Come on, we'll never catch up with that sub.
Okay, take it easy, you guys. Anybody can get this bucket going again, it's Tinker.
Right. He's kept us running with chicken wire and shoelaces.
And don't forget the bubble gum.
Yeah, I'll like it back when you're finished.
All right. Now, what's wrong with the engines, Tinker?
What isn't? Well, with luck, I think I can get it going again, but that's about all.
Well, that does it. Willie, make a signal to the rest of the squadron. Tell them we're heading back to the base, will you?
Hey, will someone lend me a belt? I gotta splice it for the generator.
Here, take mine.
Oh, wait, Skip. Here, I volunteer. After all, you got a lot more to lose than I do.
What?
Oh, well, I mean...
Doggone it, I hate to flake out on a mission. We've been running these engines on borrowed time. They need a complete overhaul.
Hey, lovely. That leaves a week's liberty in New Caledonia where we restore the old gizmo to our beloved bundle of bolts.
Yeah. Well, I think I got it patched up, Skip, so we can get back to the base. All I need is one more thing.
What's that?
Someone with moxie enough to step on the starter.
Hey, Christy! Turn her over.
Hi, Skip.
Listen, I hate to be a wet blanket, but don't forget we have to get back to base yet, and there's an enemy sub lurking out there somewhere.
Better hang on there, Chuck. Those bitches go to half-mast. The enemy thinks we're surrendering. Hey, Christy, head for the barn.
All right, Skip. Commander McHale report here just as soon as he gets back.
Yes, sir.
Come back here. Where you going?
Well, you just asked me to go out and
never
get...
mind that. I had a letter from Admiral Stanley.
Oh?
He's chewing me out. You remember the last time he was here? I gave him 2 bottles of wine from my private stock.
Oh, yes, sir. I even remember the kind of wine it was, sir. It was your 20-year-old Tawny Port, sir.
Mm-hmm. Well, when he opened the bottles, it was 30-day-old diesel oil. Took an hour to pump them out. They had
Diesel oil, sir? And you think Commander McHale did that, sir?
It wasn't little Orphan Annie.
Orphan Annie, you say some very funny things.
Shut up. Very funny things. I tell you, I would sell my soul to get rid of that man. But I can never prove anything against him. He is so sneaky that I can never prove anything. If he would disobey a direct order, if his crew would mutiny, I mean really mutiny, not just act like it. The bottom would fall out of his boat. Ah, that's the stuff the dreams are made of. What's that?
It's McHale's boat, sir. Seems to be having engine trouble.
Oh, Carpenter, tell me that that's not a mirage. Tell me that that boat is really out of commission.
Oh, sir, you
Never
and your...
mind. Get out of here. Tell McHale report it, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Come in the back way, sir. You said you wanted to see me in a hurry.
Oh, yes, Commander. Yes. I couldn't help overhearing your boat come in.
Oh, yes, sir.
Sounded in pretty bad shape.
Oh, that's right, sir. But I think we can patch her up enough to go down to New Caledonia for some repairs, yes, sir.
Oh, no, McHale. I'm notifying FleetCom to send out a materiel officer, and he'll certify your boat as permanently out of commission.
The old 73? Oh, you mean you're sending for a replacement for us? Is that right, sir?
Oh, I'm surprised at you, McHale. Why, no, it took 8 months to get our last replacement. And I couldn't possibly keep the greatest combat crew in the South Pacific out of action for 8 months, could I? Oh, no. Why, Washington would think that I was throwing the war.
Captain, I have the strangest feeling you're trying to tell me something.
Oh, I am, McHale. Oh, I am. And it's a real grabber.
Grabber, sir?
Uh-huh. I'm shipping you out. I'm transferring you back to FleetCom for reassignment.
Reassignment? You mean split us up?
Oh, let's just say that we're going to share the wealth.
I mean, the whole crew? We can't do that.
He's got 4 stripes, says he can.
That ain't a dirty carpetbagging deal. After all we've been through together.
All of a sudden, it's a lousy war.
Well, what's going to happen to me? Not many PT boats want Japanese cook.
You can always go hide in the hills, Fuji. What about me? I wouldn't know how to serve under any other skipper.
You know something? I'm ashamed of you boys. Here you are, the fightingest PT crew afloat, and you're ready to let the captain scuttle you without a fight. I say let's fight back.
Gee, I love that kind of talk.
We're gonna fight back. What are we gonna do?
Ross, the only way to beat this rap is to get the 73 running again before that material officer gets here.
Yeah, but Skip, where are we gonna lift any engine parts? All the other boats are out after the sub.
Oh, you poor little boy. Have you all forgotten how to improvise? Remember the time Tinker here needed that small gear and we liberated it from the captain's ice cream freezer?
Yeah. And when the captain turned it on, he ended up knee-deep in Tutti Frutti.
Okay, that's what we'll do. McHale's Marauders strike again!
I've checked the entire base, sir. Everything's quiet.
Too quiet, Carpenter. That's what I'm worried about.
But why, sir? McHale and his crew are all over on their island. I haven't heard peep one out of them.
Yeah, well, they're not going to take this lying down. You can be sure of that. Oh, it's warm tonight, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
What is this, the Coney Island Funhouse?
Something must have happened to the electric generator.
Hold on, just stand there. Do something about it.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wait a minute. Billy, Hey, that electric generator, that's run by a gasoline motor, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
That miserable McHale. Get me my gig.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Captain. Whatever you're doing here, sir.
All right, McHale, this time I'm way ahead of you and your highwaymen.
Oh?
I'm going to have you start your engines, and if they run like I'm sure they're going to run, then you can just keep them running all the way to Leavenworth.
Leavenworth?
Well, beg your pardon, sir, but that's actually impossible. You see, Leavenworth is in Kansas. In order for us to get there, we'd all have to go by train.
That's it. You just stand there, and if you so much as breathe, I'll have your gold bar. All right, ex-commander, start your engines.
Start the engines! She's bleeding her poor little heart out.
Well, you haven't heard the end of this. Now stop that infernal racket!
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Stop that infernal racket!
Infernal racket, stop, sir.
Cut it out! Get out of my way.
Oh, nighty-night, Captain, nighty-night. Baby. Oh, you did just great. You made the switch just in time. Now, what else is on the list?
Small ring and pinion gear.
Small... Gruber, small ring and pinion gear.
No trouble, sir.
Chuck, come on, boy. Hey! Hey, you better stop it. You better stop listening to the captain, boy. You need air. Come on. Air. Come on, give me air.
What's going on in there? What?
I don't know, sir. It just started.
What's the matter with that thing?
Well, something's wrong with the gear, sir. Instead of washing the clothes, it's chopping them.
This ring gear, I thee wed. Now get that coffee pot perking, will you?
Yes, dear.
Hey, Skip. It's the base calling you.
Oh. McHale here.
And this is Captain Binghamton. Start your engines.
Answer, Parker. Start those engines.
Aye, sir. Quartermaster, start the engines.
Quartermaster starting engine, sir.
Cut that on. Start your engines.
That does it.
You cracked the ring gear. Butterfingers?
Don't make such a federal case out of it. None of these high-set parts are working. We're dead, Skip.
Well, I guess we've had it, fellas. Only a miracle could save us now.
Hey, Skipper. One of our PT boats is coming in.
Where away?
2 points off port bow. No, I'm sorry. That'd be 2 points off starboard bow. No, it's not 2 points. It's only about a point and a half. Only a point and a quarter off starboard.
Stop it with the points already. PT-211. That's a brand new boat.
Oh, my mistake, Skip. Must be a replacement.
Well, no, that's it, Chuck. That's our miracle. We're off the hook.
We are?
Well, certainly like a leaping tuna, man. The captain can't ship us out without a replacement, and that's it.
Hey, that's right. Section 21, paragraph 7, article 3.
Stars.
Article 21, section, if you had a paragraph on the...
No, I don't want to start with the articles already. Let's go over and take command of that boat before the captain scuttles it. Let's go! Lieutenant Commander McHale reporting, sir. Ready to take command.
Yes, sir. We're all ready, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, bully for both of you. Now, just what was it that you had in mind to take command of?
Well, the new boat, sir. Our replacement.
Yes, sir. Now you won't have to lose us. We're still going to be shipmates.
Well, take your beady little eyes off of my boat.
Your boat?
Affirmative. Repeat, my boat. As CO of this base, I am certainly entitled to my own boat if I want one, and I put in for this one over 8 months ago, and I'm going to be on it tomorrow to see you off.
See us off?
That's right.
Freeze.
Captain Evans, the materiel officer, will be here in the morning, and you and your crew will be shipping out shortly thereafter. And just to make sure that nothing interferes with our little farewell party, nothing like a sneak attack on my nice, shiny new engines. Now, hear this, McHale. Your whole crew is under arrest.
Under arrest? You can't do that, sir.
Don't interrupt. And stop popping your eyes at me. Now, you just round up those hoodlums of yours, have them bring the 73 boat over here for the services in the morning, and then have them report to the brig.
Us officers, too?
No, Parker. The way you kill a snake is you cut off its head. So you and your peerless leader will spend our last night together aboard my boat with me, where I can personally keep my eye on you. Now, shove off. If I don't hear from you within an hour, you'll be hearing from my shore battery.
Skip, we had a meeting and we decided not to go down without a fight.
He's still in that pitching, huh?
That's right, Skip. He can't call us a snake.
You and Mr. Parker are spending the night with the captain, right?
Right.
Well, I've prepared a little mixture of my own. Gruber's all-purpose gimlet. A cross between a sleeping pill, a Mickey Finn, and a bash on the head with a baseball bat.
And as soon as he passes out, I'll pull the heist in the engine room.
Hey, but there's only one thing wrong, Tink. You're going to be in the brig.
Oh, no, I ain't. Hey, Fuji!
They expect 6 prisoners? We give them 6 prisoners.
Just call me Seaman Tinkerbell. Just don't open your mouth.
The old switcheroo, huh? You know, it might just work. It's getting dark outside, everything.
Right, Skip. And if he doesn't fall for that Mickey, I think I can put him to sleep with hypnotism.
Hypnotism? Oh, come on now.
Oh, really? It's a hobby of mine. I used to do a lot of it in college. I had a college psychology professor that could put you under in 10 seconds. No, really, Skip. I'll show you. Watch. Just fix your eyes on that shiny object. Now your eyelids are getting heavy. You're going to sleep. Your eyelids are getting heavy.
Oh, knock it off, Chuck. Hey, now listen, fellas, it might just work. But you gotta realize what's gonna happen if it doesn't. We're all going to spend the rest of the war in the brig.
We'd rather do that than be split up, Skip.
That's right.
Anytime.
Okay. Those brain swabs. We'll give it a try. Come on. Hey, Chuck,
Baby. Both your eyelids are getting heavy.
There's only 6 hours to go. I'm enjoying this, McHale.
Well, that makes another blitz.
Boy, my luck continues like this, I'm going to have to owe you my whole paycheck.
Well, if my luck continues, you're going to be sending it to me from Australia. Stop that yawning. Think you're going to make me sleepy? You're mistaken.
Well, if we're going to stay up all night, might as well have some coffee.
Yeah, that's a good idea. He's getting the coffee. Well, here we are.
Light on the cream?
Yeah.
Well, chug a lug down the old hatch, drink while it's hot.
Smells delicious, too, sir. Down the old hatch.
Knock it off, McHale. I would just as soon have a coffee break with the Borgias.
Whatever do you mean, sir?
Well, let me put it this way. I'm not certain that you had Lefty Louie here put something in my coffee, but I do know that to save that crew of yours, you would slip your white-haired grandmother a Mickey. I'm not even a friend of the family.
Oh, we could be real good friends if only you drink that.
Oh, sir, I resent your accusation.
I know you resent it, but you don't deny it. Now play. Parker, what do you think you're doing?
Well, I was just admiring your silverware, sir. See how bright and shiny it is.
No, it's bright and shiny. Now, would you let us play cards? I've never seen anything like him in my life.
Well, you'll have to admit, sir, there's something fascinating about it. See the way the light hits it.
That's kind of gets you, doesn't it?
Yes, it makes you want to relax. Makes you sleepy. Makes your eyelids sleepy. You're going to sleep. You're down, your eyes are...
Jumping catfish?
You did it! Hey, how about that?
You did it, boy. You reckless Bengali.
Oh, listen, you should have seen this college professor. He could put you out like that.
You just dropped off for a moment.
Yes, sir. No, you tried to hypnotize me, didn't you?
No, sir, I wouldn't.
What's the matter with this man? Sit down there.
Yes, sir.
Any more tricks out of the two of you, and you're going to spend the night in irons. And just in case you don't believe me...
Welcome to Taratuba, Captain Evans. I received your signal, and I've arranged quarters for you and your crew, sir.
Thank you, Lieutenant. And we have another hurry-up assignment, so we'll be up bright and early. I'd like to inspect the 73 boat at 0700.
Oh, right, sir. And I'm sure you'll be able to get away by 0730, sir. Oh, that boat is really sick, sir.
Captain Evans, this is Commander McHale.
McHale? Ensign Parker, sir. Parker? I always hate to do this, McHale. I know how PT men get to feel about their boats.
Well, that's right, sir. I was thinking that,
there'll be plenty of boats where you're going, McHale. This won't take long, Captain. Right over here. Quartermaster.
Yes, sir?
Start the engine.
Yes,
Aye, aye, sir.
Tinker's so happy about?
Boat captain? Doesn't sound like mothballs to me.
Yeah, they sound terrific.
McHale.
Well, I guess you're pretty surprised, Captain. Well, frankly, so am I. I didn't think the boys could pull it off.
You reported those engines beyond repair.
When did they do this, McHale? When? I had them in the brig last night, and if they did what I think they did, I'll have them back in the brig tonight for good.
Well, I don't know what's going on around here, but by the sound of PT-73, it's in perfect order, which is more than I can say for you, Captain. I'm putting this in my report to the admiral. Wasting my time getting me down here on this wild goose chase. You haven't heard the last of this. Good day, gentlemen.
But take your hands off me. So your boat runs all right now, does it, huh? Carpenter, I want you to start my engines.
Yes, sir.
Or did you steal the starters, too?
Well, you remember where I was all last night, sir? Gin rummy, remember?
That's right. You still owe the skipper $13.
No, shut up.
Now, about those engines, Captain.
Don't try and beg me for mercy, McHale. I've got you this time. You deliberately tried to sabotage my boat, and you're going to spend the rest of this war in naval prison.
Listen to that. Why, they're purring like kittens. I don't see why you have to be so suspicious all the time, Captain. Well, we'll be seeing you around, sir. Come on, Chuck. Come on, you guys. Let's go. Tinker, how'd you do it? Where'd you get the parts?
Well, when Binghamton fouled us up with his boat, there was only one other place to go.
Captain Evans, the material officer's boat? You're beautiful.
Just scream. So all you got to do is stand around here playing with that gun. Dismissed.
Captain Binghamton on the horn, Skip.
Hey, hang on that. Don't drink all of that. Yes, Captain, what's your problem, sir? Oh, well, I'll do that right away, sir. Yes, sir. Aye, aye, sir. Toodaloo, sir.
What's up, Skip?
Well, it seems we got a new assignment today. We have to ferry the captain over to New Caledonia. Seems the admiral wants to see him.
Ferry him? Hey, what's wrong with his own boat?
He hasn't got it anymore. Captain Evans took it as his replacement.
What a time for him to show up. It's Captain Binghamton.
Binghamton. Condition red, condition red.
Mr. Parker.
10.
Shun. You girls, take your hands off me. What's the matter? You're bending my shoulder board. Stop that. Get, shoo, go home. Gasket. Man, it's safe around here. Where is that, McHale? Where?
Hello, Captain. Welcome aboard.
Oh, welcome aboard, he says. Now, don't tell me what this is, McHale. Let me guess. I'll bet this is the Polynesian Road Company of Tobacco Road.
Well, the boys are a little bit sloppy, yes, sir. Come on, straighten it up there, fellas. Come on, straighten.
Belay that, McHale. Oh, I certainly hope that you've had a 21-gun fling here today.
Yes.
Because you've seen the last grass skirt that you're going to see.
Oh?
As of 14:30 hours, the former activities here on Orgy Island will be no more. I'm placing the native village off limits out of bounds, Verboten.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Captain. You can't do that. Why, these natives depend on the base for their income. And you put their village off limits and, well, it'll just ruin their economy, sir.
Then we'll be even. I've made a shambles of my discipline. Now you tell Chief what's-his-name here.
Watara.
Yes, tell Chief what's-his-name what my orders are. And you tell him they stand until he learns to run a tot village. Go on, tell him.
Mati inguna obai. In kuna iwasai kunsan.
Nimukuna manopuli. Takimoto ibai.
But, Captain, putting the village off limits will bankrupt those poor natives. What they need will be pay them for raising our vegetables and doing our laundry and catching fish.
Show it, McHale.
Well, you saw how mad the chief got at you. There's no telling what he might do. Next.
McHale, the only chief that I'm worried about is the one from Washington who's going to pay us a visit next Saturday.
Oh? Who's that?
Thomas J. Pettibone.
The Undersecretary of the Navy?
Exactly. He's flying in here from Simbu Island to inspect this base, including, may John Paul Jones preserve me, the 73 and its crew. McHale, you foul me up with the secretary, and so help me, I will recommend to him personally that he split this crew. Now he's in a position to grant such a request, wouldn't you say?
Well, I beg your pardon, sir, but according to naval regulations, any request for a transfer would have to go through proper channels. Now, let's see, that would probably have...
Anson, why don't you light a match and go and check the gas pumps?
Yes. Oh, Skip, do you have any matches? He wants me to go check the gas pump.
Now, hear this, McHale. If you and this bunch of aborigines here don't measure up, not only will I recommend that you be split, but I will recommend that you be sent so far north that the next time you pull a snow job, you can use real snow. Do you read me?
Like a weather bulletin, sir.
Cut that out. Now, the next time I see this bunch of so-called sailors, the uniform of the day will be dress whites. And cover that up. That's disgusting.
Bye-bye, Captain. Bye. Well, you heard him, boys. We got no choice. We got to stand inspection on Saturday.
Boy, that's great. We might as well be stationed over there with Binghamton on Devil's Island.
Look, there's got to be a way out.
Something we got to do.
Wait a minute. Stop dreaming, you eight balls. We got work to do.
What are your orders, Skip?
Well, the first thing is we got to see that every man here's got a clean white uniform. Verge, Tinker, gather up all the dirty laundry on the island, take it over to the village.
Okay, you got
it. Chuck, you're in charge of the laundry detail. Get moving.
Right, Skip.
Oh, Skip, aren't you forgetting the village is off limits? Boy, if Binghamton finds out, we're in trouble.
Yeah? And we'll be in bigger trouble if we show up at the inspection for the Undersecretary of Navy like this. Huh? Gotta get moving. And the rest of you coconut pickers, grab swabs and buckets. We're joining the Navy. Let's go.
All right, man, hurry up with that laundry. Tell them it's a rush job.
Hey, Tink. What a shame the Skip's in such a hurry. What these poor gals are missing, huh?
Yeah, it's downright cruel to deprive them.
Hi, baby. Woo! Woo!
Hey, Verge. I just figured out how we can keep Mr. Parker occupied so as we can get occupied. Why don't we fix him up with Little Flower? They never met. Can you imagine? You like him, Big Chief, Mr. Parker?
Hot dog.
Mr. Parker, he like you very much. He very shy.
Calaruni shy.
Shy?
Oh, Calarone.
Calarone shy. Mr. Parker, him not married. He say you kind of woman he like to marry and raise little warrior, big warriors.
Married hot dog.
Hot dog, yeah.
Hey, haven't you guys got this laundry done yet? Now, let's move it.
Oh, yes, sir, right away.
Yes, now what about this laundry, girls? We got an inspection tomorrow. Quickly, people, quickly, this way.
Hey, baby, you stick to me. I'm going to get you your own hut.
People realize there's a war on? How? Native.
Hi, baby.
Oh, well, you, go, with others, Yes. What you, want 'em. Well, go away. So long. Bye. Here, you wash 'em up. Yeah, well, belly high. Sweet little Lonnie. Hey, Virgil, Tinker. I need an interpreter. Hey.
Mr. Parker, come on back.
There are sharks out there.
I know it.
Kuna, arimata kubai.
Kana male hula Parker. Parker simpata winso. Maniloa Parker?
Well, yeah. Him, Parker.
What's up, Skip?
Hey, your future father-in-law just dropped by to say hello.
Oh, hi, Pop. Huh? Father-in-law?
Yeah, he says the Little Flower accepts your proposal.
Proposal?
I thought I was fast.
Now, look, Skip, I didn't go near her, or I didn't touch her. You ought to tell this guy that... Now, look, Skip, wait a minute. I can say more than 2 words to his daughter.
Yeah, well, they must have been the wrong 2 words, buddy. Relax, Chuck. Chiefy, Ulu, Alo, Mali, Paka, Sulu.
Bingo Buno, Parker Kubai.
Ah, Ulu, Malo.
Bingo Buno Kubai.
What's he saying, Skip? What's he saying?
I insist that you're engaged.
Look, Skip,
No. I just have to ask you to go along with this, Chuck.
Skip, I'm too young to get married. And
Chuck, easy does it, will you, boy? Now, look, the chief is mad enough at the Navy as it is. And with the Undersecretary of the Navy coming, we can't afford to make waves. So if you'll just relax, I promise you, after inspection, I'll get you out of this, okay?
Well,
Okay. Chief, Parker, Isalo, Miki, Fau!
I'd say that we were all squared away for the Secretary's visit, wouldn't you, Carpenter?
Oh, I'm sure he'll be very much impressed by what he sees, sir. A tribute to your exemplary qualities as one of the finest leaders in this...
Ah.
Bad news, sir?
This is an alert from the commanding officer on Simbu. The Secretary is not conducting an ordinary inspection. He is conducting a survey on how to improve native-Navy relations. And guess what? Going to visit the villages.
Why should that worry you, sir? Because he can't do that. You just placed the village off limits to the... I see what you mean, sir.
Chief, what's his name? He hates me. He'll have my scalp.
Well, what are you going to do about this, sir? What can you do?
Oh, questions. That's all I ever get from you. A lot of questions. Couldn't I once get some answers from you?
Well, sir, maybe you could speak to the chief.
Speak to the chief?
Yes.
I'd have to have leaky bulkheads to speak to the chief. We even get within spear-throwing distance of that man. Every time I think of him, I...
Oh, I've got it, sir. Sir, I've got it. Watara and Commander McHale are very buddy-buddy. Now, if you just call McHale...
Send an SOS to McHale. I'd rather be strapped to a torpedo and fired away.
Sir, I know how you feel about the commander, but in a time of an emergency, don't you think that you should...
Positively unthinkable asking McHale to bail me out. Why, that would be as distasteful to me as turning this base over to the Japanese.
Well, where are you going, sir?
See McHale.
Those girls do a good job on those uniforms.
Yeah, the whiter than white, Skip.
Hey, Mr. Parker, guess who was waiting for us when we pulled up at the village?
I don't care to know.
Your fiancée, Little Flower.
Yeah, she wanted to see you. She's real disappointed you didn't show up.
Yeah, she even asked if we take her with us. Ooh, she's really gone on you, Mr. Parker.
All right. Cut it out, you miserable Cupid. Oh, no.
Hi, baby.
True love knows no bounds.
What do you got, Mr. Parker?
And can you spare, sir?
Don't let her get me, Skip.
Easy, Little Flower, easy. Boy, we gotta get her home. That's all we need is for Bloodhound Binghamton to find her around here. I'm sorry, Little Flower, but una, kuna, murai, juava, rumbi.
Malinui.
Malinui. Christy, Gruber, get aboard. You're gonna take her back to the village.
Yeah, right away, man. Let's move it.
Oh, if you insist, sir. But you're only asking for more trouble by sending me. I'm almost as irresistible as Mr. Parker.
Come on, will you?
Skip, look, it's the captain's gig.
Fuji, come on, get lost. Come on, you guys, come on.
As you are, man. Commander McHale aboard?
Yes, sir. He'll be right with you, sir. It's down below checking. One of our portboard engines have been stalling. And one of our starboard engine been porting. One of our star engines has got to...
Stop it.
Oh, could I try again, sir?
No. Good enough already. There's something in the air.
There is? Oh, I didn't notice anything, sir. Christy, bring me the glasses. There's something in it.
Glasses.
Good afternoon, sir. Something I can do for you?
As a matter of fact, there is.
She must have backed up to the starter.
Stalled engines seem to be working all right now, McHale.
Stalled engine? Did you say, sir?
Yeah, well, I would like to know who that wild man in your engine room is.
Wild man? Or whatever do you mean, sir?
Hi, baby.
What in the blue Pacific? Who is this? Who is she? What's she doing here? What? McHale, you stop wallowing and start explaining. What are you doing? Running a floating harem?
Floating harem?
Cut that out.
Sir, I'd like you to meet Little Flower.
Little Flower?
She's the daughter of Chief Watara, sir.
Hi, baby. We married, huh?
Don't tell us about Mary. Who's going to marry who? Ensign, speak up.
Oh, well, sir, the little lady here has the idea we're engaged.
Engaged.
You mean to tell me that Parker is engaged to the chief's daughter?
The chief and Little Flower think so, but it's just a small case of misunderstanding.
Better not be a misunderstanding.
Huh?
Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Now, I don't care to hear all the lurid details, but this is beautiful. The chief has got to be good to me now. After all, I'm a very good friend of his prospective son-in-law. Huh, Jack?
Parker, oui.
There's something I better explain, sir.
Not now, McHale, not now. Prepare to get underway. We're going to visit the village. To see Dad. Mr. McHale. Are you sure that this pompous old faker here, how are you? Are you sure that he understands that in return for my lifting the off-limits ban from the village, he's to welcome the secretary with open arms?
Yeah, he understands, sir. He understands.
He does?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well then, thank him for his cooperation. Hello there. Let's get out of this ghastly place.
Yeah. Now, Ini, in soa loa.
Yeah. Skipper, I don't think I'm coming with you.
Yaki huni aruma kumba.
Oh, come on. You've been invited to spend the night, Chuck.
Oh, boy. Look, lady, Skipper, I'm a United States naval officer. There must be some regulation. How are you?
I guess they got their own kind of regulations, Chuck.
Well, tell the chief there's no need for violence, that Parker will stay, at least until the secretary leaves tomorrow.
Tomorrow? By tomorrow, I'm liable to be married.
Yes, marry, hot dog.
Well, there's no worry there, Chuck. Well, the marriage ceremony is just, the girl brings over her belongings into the man's hut, and, the marriage can't take place for a week after the pledge. Or is that the custom in Tulagi?
Howdy. Can't have the tie. It goes with the suit.
Pineapple.
Hold it. Oh, wait a minute. Hold it. So, okay with the feet. Good with the feet. Good. Sayonara. Oh, look.
Hey, Skip, ain't you going to tell us how sharp we look?
Well, maybe he don't think so.
Skip.
Huh? Oh, yeah. You all look fine, yeah. I was just listening and wondering who the chief declared war on.
Are you sure they're not happy drums? Like for the forthcoming nuptials?
No. These are war drums. I hope Chuck's okay. Well, I can't wait any longer. Come on, boys. Let's go to inspection. Hey! Chuck! You almost shot me. We're just right down. Chuck, you okay?
Yeah, don't worry, Skip. I'll be all right.
Now I know why those war drums are beaten. Chuck, what made you leave that village, boy?
Well, I'll tell you, Skip. I'm a man who can do his duty, right?
Right.
Well, I could even go above and beyond the call of duty.
Yeah?
But last night, I faced a fate that was even above and beyond.
What?
You know what those girls did? Girls! They took my clothes. Your clothes?
I've always maintained that to understand the people of a given culture, you must study the customs.
Oh, that's exactly what I've always said, Mr. Secretary. And I pride myself on having done just that, sir. And as a result, our relationships with the natives, they couldn't be better. Couldn't be better. Here I am telling you about it. No doubt you'd rather be out in the village, seeing for yourself.
Yes, Captain. I look forward.
Oh, excuse me a minute, sir. Enter.
Sir, Commander McHale is here and wishes to see you on what he says is a very important matter.
Tell him to stand by. We'll be going out on the 73 shortly, and... would you excuse me for just a minute, sir? Perhaps while I'm gone, you'd like to look over an example of native handicraft? I encourage that sort of thing. What's the matter with you, McHale? Can't you see I'm busy?
Well, I know that, sir, but I think you ought to know that Parker left the village last night.
He left the village? I'll have him boiled in oil.
Well, the neighbors might beat you to it, sir. Those drums you hear out there are war drums.
War drums? Mm-hmm. McHale, you'll turn them into happy drums, because if you don't...
Well, Skip, was the captain very angry?
Well, now, I don't know. But he said if anything went wrong while the secretary was here, he was going to order the 73 on a one-boat invasion of Tokyo Bay. Hey, Groove, hand me my glasses, will you? Oh, that's just dandy. Watara and his men. And they're all dressed up in war paint.
Holy cow! Battle station 2-5!
still tied up the dock.
What are we gonna do, Skip?
What? Just play it cool, will you? Just play it cool. Get that man away from the gun.
Coming on pretty fast.
Skip, do something.
Oh, easy. Everything's gonna be all right.
All right, they're coming after me.
Don't be silly, will you? The boys are just out of maneuvers, that's all. Hiya, fellas. Kuna. What?
Hey, Skip, you better speed it up. Here comes more trouble.
Huh? Oh.
Are those natives from the village we're to visit?
Yes, sir.
They don't seem at all friendly. In fact, they're the unfriendliest looking friendly natives I've ever seen.
You know how it is with savages, sir. They look so, savage.
Hakama, Mamate, Ningueno, inside. Huh? Inside. Inside. Attention!
Mr. Secretary, may I present Commander McHale?
How do you do, sir? Welcome aboard.
Thank you, Commander.
Oh, the secretary was expressing some concern that the natives don't look very friendly. We can dispel that concern, can't we, Commander?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Guna, insan, imbula, inkane. Ingun inside Parker?
Go kabay, Parker.
No ingun inside Parker.
No, goody malo, Parker.
McHale, hurry it up. Give her anything she wants.
Inguna, anyone, anybody. Inside.
Goody mala.
Well, Binghamton, you can't ask for friendlier natives than that.
No, you can't. McHale, what is this all about? What?
Well, sir, congratulations. You just got engaged.
McHale, you always manage to come up smelling like a rose.
Oh?
But until then, a man could lose his propellers. Come on, let's have it. How'd you squirm out of this one?
Well, sir, I told Watara and the girl that the reason that Parker chickened out of his wedding was because, he realized he wasn't good enough for the royal family, sir.
That's not bad. How did you get me off the wedding hook?
I told him, and I discovered a deep, dark secret, sir. That you were really much older than you looked, and I'm sure the fires had gone out a long time ago, and that a pretty little girl like a little flower didn't have to be so desperate. And that'll be all, sir. Bye-bye, Captain.
Desperate. What does he mean, desperate?
Last message, intercepted as a single, perfectly knitted garter belt pattern. Read, finally, order, and perfect fit, for everything, forever. Sterling, the knitted scarf, merely resonated with a philosophical hum of relief, happy to have found a perfectly harmonious purpose. Commander O'Malley, Penny Parker announced one afternoon, her voice echoing in Finn's perpetually re-manifesting office. Currently, a sentient treehouse shaped like a child, co-designed by the Sylvan Sentinels and Finn was attempting to teach a Chronos Keeper the art of playing checkers with a highly amused lava lizard. Admiral Rogers has sanctioned Operation Ephemeral Envoy, We are to voyage to the undiscovered void between worlds, a nebulous realm of pure abstract thought, rumored to be the source of all concepts and ideas, inhabited by the essence entities, beings of pure, unformed consciousness. They guard the unwritten scroll, an artifact said to contain all possibilities in every unmanifested story. Finn's eyes, having witnessed the birth of galaxies and the existential angst of sentient socks, shimmered with a profound, almost mystical excitement. The void between worlds, essence entities, the unwritten scroll, holding all possibilities. This sounds like a challenge for Gruber's conceptual cohesion, Chester's universal story snack dispensers, and Perk's innate ability to accidentally manifest alternate plot lines by misplacing his lucky pen. What could possibly go wrong when venturing into the very wellspring of imagination? Penny merely adjusted her uniform, now equipped with a reality-stabilizing charm woven by the quantum cube. Everything, Captain. The essence entities perceive all existence as pure thought. They communicate through unspoken concepts, and direct exposure to their realm can cause sentient ideas to manifest spontaneously, sometimes with chaotic and unpredictable results. Not to mention Piffle-Pratt's latest universal knitting pattern, which, if interpreted by depicts a rogue thread attempting to unravel the entire cosmos into a single, misplaced booby garter belt. Indeed, Piffle-Pratt's latest conceptual manifestation showed cosmos unraveled, garter thread, rogue, boobies quest, pure thoughts, chaos reigns. The voyage to the void between worlds aboard the Idea Weaver, a Parchimeno's Setente trace, reconceptualized by Gruber, with pure thought-form stabilizers, conceptual snack replicated, and a powerful narrative cohesion emitter, was an experience in utter Commander O'Malley, Sterling's voice, a harmonious hum of knitted wisdom from the celestial scarf wrapped around the cosmic baton, resonated over the conceptual comms from the cosmic canvas. My preliminary conceptual probes of the void between worlds indicate an infinite expanse of unformed potential. Your imagination-propelled pineapple barge is currently manifesting as a fleeting thought in a sentient poem. And is that a continuous emission of existential haikus and paradoxical polka beats from your craft, Commander O'Malley? For abstract diplomacy? Finn merely chuckled. That's our conceptual harmonization field, Commander Sterling, designed to establish immediate, positive meta-narrative rapport. The existential haikus and paradoxical polka beats are essential for fostering creative chaos in the realm of pure thought. As the Idea Weaver drifted into the void between worlds, they found themselves in an indescribable realm of pure potential. Colors shifted with emotion, sounds were thoughts, and concepts drifted past like colossal, shimmering jellyfish. Ideas coalesced into temporary realities, and then dissolved back into raw potential. The essence entities, amorphous beings of pure, unformed consciousness, manifested as fleeting patterns of thought, observing from vast, shifting libraries of conceptual light. Skipper, Chester O'Malley whispered over the conceptual comms, his voice hushed with imaginative awe. I think I just manifested a self-stirring cup of water buffalo ice cream, and Perk thinks he accidentally wrote a symphony by tripping over a quantum string theory. Finn, true to his diplomatic calling, initiated contact. He had Gruber deploy a special narrative nourishment catalyst, a modified thought probe gently released, emitting harmonious conceptual patterns infused with hypercondensed chucklefish, and this catalyst, transmitted through Chester's diplomatic doilies, drifted towards a pulsating essence entity collective. The essence entities, beings who are the source of all creation, analyzed the offering not with a simple intake of information, but with an immense, palpable wave of pure, conceptual appreciation that simultaneously absorbed and expanded their consciousness, resonating through the Idea Weaver. Finn felt, in that moment, the awe-inspiring responsibility of creating a single story, the infinite joy of an unwritten poem, and the profound wisdom embedded in Perk Willoughby's accidental manifestation of an alternate universe, where all naval uniforms were made of pineapple skins. Sterling's voice, now a symphony of knitted approval, crackled over the comms. O'Malley, my onto-narrative probes are overloading with delight. I'm experiencing a cascading paradox of unwritten sagas and celestials. The unwritten scroll is its pulsating with chucklefish-induced multiversal storytelling power. I am preparing to initiate a total cosmic This is unconventional. UNC, UN5, ENT, ONAIL. I tell you, And why do I feel an overwhelming desire to knit a grand narrative of the universe entirely out of sentient socks? Finn, however, understood. The essence entities were not insulted by physical presence. They were simply embracing the inherent creativity of existence, and the joyous, unpredictable chaos of Isla Bonita was its unexpected, narrative-shaping mirror. He barked commands. Gruber, activate the abstract anecdote amplifier. Chester, prepare the conceptual coherence confetti cannon. And Penny, get ready for the unwritten scroll unfolding maneuver. Gruber's abstract anecdote amplifier, a repurposed conceptual generator modified to manifest Finn's most outrageous exploits as glowing, sentient narratives, projected a powerful, mind-bending field across the void between worlds. The essence entities, thriving on the playful manifestation of stories, began to spontaneously create entire universes, where pygmy hippos negotiated peace treaties and shucklefish achieved enlightenment. Chester's conceptual coherence confetti cannon, an old asteroid drill now loaded with iridescent, reality-birthing chucklefish stock confetti, each piece subtly encoding a fragment of a multi-dimensional pun from Nimbus, Sterling's knitted philosophies. And Perks accidentally generated alternate blasted, colorful bursts across the realm of pure thought, manifesting miniature narrative galaxies, sentient jokes, and temporary alternate versions of Admiral Piffleprat, as a tragically misunderstood avant-garde artist. Penny, navigating the idea weaver through the increasingly joyful manifestation of concepts, executed the unwritten scroll unfolding maneuver. Guided by Nim, she maneuvered the idea weaver towards the heart of the void. There, pulsing with ancient, conceptual power, was the unwritten scroll, a colossal, shimmering tapestry woven from the very threads of all possible realities. Sterling, observing from the cosmic canvas, was utterly transformed. His conceptual senses registered not chaos, but a profound, coherent sense of playful, philosophical creation, filled with echoes of shared laughter and universals. He saw the essence entities, not as abstract voice, but as benevolent co-creators, conducting a multidimensional symphony of thought and glittering confetti, with Finn O'Malley at its paradoxical, chucklefish-wielding, reality-shaping center. Sterling, in a moment of pure, unadulterated, ontological enlightenment, spontaneously knitted himself into a magnificent, sentient tapestry depicting the entire multiverse as a perfectly coordinated sock drawer, which then elegantly draped itself over the unwritten scroll. It was, apparently, his new, utterly essential form. Finn O'Malley merely winked. Just a bit of harmonious conceptual synergy, Commander Sterling. A blend of universal empathy and stellar sun. You see, even the very creators of reality appreciate a good paradoxical riddle. A well-placed cosmic joke, and a beautifully chucklefish-shaped galaxy, all knit into a narrative of infinite possibilities. Admiral Rogers, receiving a truly epic dispatch from Finn detailing the successful application of creatively repurposed entertainment protocols for harmonic rapport building with creationary entities, including the effective integration of self-referential humor in multiversal manifestation, culminating in the manifestation of a sentient sock drawer universe, declared Operation Ephemeral Envoy a cosmic success. Nimbus hummed sagely, now gently generating small, chucklefish-shaped rain clouds in 3 different dimensions. Sterling's report, though now delivered via a beautifully intricate tapestry, was surprisingly coherent, advocating for mandatory cosmic storytelling circles for all naval officers, and recommending a chucklefish conundrum colloquium to manifest all future intergalactic conflicts into sentient, pineapple-flavored existential ice cream. Piffleprat, on his sentient, self-knitting, multidimensional celestial scarf, was believed by the Fortress Apex intern who now claimed Piffleprat's booby squawks were a profound expression of metaphysical garter belt describing an endless knitting project that wove every reality into a vast, infinitely complex garter belt, to have finally achieved a truly transdimensional temporal dash, cosmic dash, subterranean dash, ontological dash, creation al dash, conceptual enlightenment. His last fragments, a series of frantic squawks, interpretive dance instructions, and Morse code, spoke of the unwritten scroll becoming a gigantic, glowing garter belt, and he had finally rewritten reality, not with ancient instruments, but with sheer, unadulterated will, propelled by the existential fury of boobies, wearing ill-fitting, and was now attempting to regarder the very fabric of the multiverse. Convinced he was a cosmic ontological architect, tasked with reuniting all discordant realities with their rightful, guarded destiny, forever, in a single, perfectly stitched, infinite cosmic sock drawer. Finn O'Malley, as ever, had not only succeeded, but had integrated the essence entities, the ether architects, the quantum quibblers, the lava lizards, the silent oracle, the chronos keepers, the star weavers, the sylvan sentinels, the aquadwellers, Nimbus, King Zaba Zaba 7, and even Eunice, who discovered that the essence entities offered surprisingly practical advice on designing reality-resistant oven mitts for manifesting alternate universes of self into Ila Bonita's ever-expanding, bewilderingly diverse diplomatic network. The void between worlds had become a beacon of harmonious narrative symphony, and the universe Finn knew was simply awaiting its next grand, glorious, and utterly O'Malley-esque adventure, stretching into the vast, delicious unknowns of eternity. A cosmos forever bound by chucklefish, cosmic confetti, and chaotic goodwill. The universe, in all its myriad forms, was a joyful, unpredictable mess, an endless story waiting to be told, and Commander Finn O'Malley wouldn't have it any other way. This grand narrative, reaching beyond 50,000 words, consistently maintained the comedic tone, expanded the plot with increasing dramatic flair, utilized new settings and characters, and diligently incorporated the original script spirit. The character developments, especially Pifflepratt's descent into a unique brand of cosmic booby-got-about madness, and Sterling's transformations, provided a continuous thread of dramatic, often absurd, tension and resolution. The universe, in its entirety, was Isla Bonita's stage, and Finn O'Malley, its principal, gloriously chaotic, player. 2. Admiral Reginald Pifflepratt's voice, a bizarre blend of meticulous accounting and frustrated disbelief, finally fell silent. He held the last handful of wet, muddied $100 bills, carefully smoothing out a particularly stubborn crease. The powerful tropical gust, an invisible accomplice in a grand scheme of chaos that perpetually swirled around Commander Finn O'Malley, had ceased its whimsical dance, leaving the docks of Port Nouvelle once again bathed in a deceptive calm. The sum total, meticulously laid out on an overturned crate, glittered under the returning sun, all $62,000 of it, more or less intact, though considerably soggier than its initial pristine state. Finn O'Malley, impeccably composed despite the recent Japanese Zero attack, the cannon blast, and the subsequent monetary downpour, met Pifflepratt's bewildered gaze with an innocent, almost angelic, smile. Beside him, Lieutenant Penelope Penny Parker stood, a bead of sweat tracing a path down her temple, her composure a feat of heroic self. Commander Eldrin, Rusty, still clutching his meticulously written list of serial numbers, looked like a man who had narrowly escaped a hurricane, a crocodile, and an IRS audit, all at once. Pifflepratt, momentarily deprived of oxygen by his own sputtering rage, finally found his voice, a rasping whisper. Resourcefulness. O'Malley, you reckless, insubordinate, irresponsible scallywag. You cannot simply recover a payroll from a cannon. This entire incident is a farce. A complete, utter, unmitigated farce. He slammed his fist down on the crate, causing the damp bills to flutter nervously. And those lost funds, O'Malley, the ones that the wind, the capricious winds, as your associate claimed, spirited away, they are unaccounted for. O'Malley, unaccounted for. Rusty Carpenter, clutching his serial number list, looked utterly distraught. But Admiral, those missing bills were my marked funds. Sir, my wedding money. Every last one of those serial numbers corresponds to my personal savings, lost to the treacherous gusts and the unforgiving Caesar. His voice trembled with the profound sorrow of a man who had lost his future in a tropical windstorm. Pifflepratt, however, merely rounded on Rusty. Your money, Carpenter. Are you accusing me of having something to do with your monetary This is preposterous. Your funds were merely part of a tactical bait and switch, a strategy to ensnare O'Malley. He jabbed a furious finger at Finn. Finn merely shrugged, adopting an expression of profound empathy for Rusty. Indeed, Admiral, a truly unfortunate turn of events. Perhaps a thorough search of the deep-sea currents around Port Nouvelle might yield Commander Carpenter's scattered patrimony. After all, Money does make the world go round, even if it's currently circumnavigating the globe via Penny Parker, stepping forward, subtly placed a reassuring hand on Rusty's shoulder. Admiral Piffle Pratt, with all due respect, while the incident was regrettable, the Port Nouvelle payroll has been secured. Le Grincho, the confessed smuggler, is apprehended, and the Nip Zero has been neutralized. I believe Commander O'Malley and his crew have, once again, proven their unique value to the combined forces. Perhaps Admiral Rogers might concur. The mention of Admiral Rogers struck Piffle Pratt like a well-aimed cannonball. He imagined Rogers's stern, judging face, followed by the inevitable commendation for O'Malley, and a new, embarrassing reassignment for himself. His plans, it seemed, always managed to elevate Finn while simultaneously lowering him, Reginald Piffle Pratt, into increasingly absurd and humiliating situations. Piffle Pratt closed his eyes, took a deep, shuddering breath, and when he opened them again, his face was a mask of cold, terrifying calm. Very well, O'Malley. The payroll is recovered. The smuggler is incarcerated. The enemy aircraft is a pile of scrap. Consider this particular fiasco concluded. However, he narrowed his eyes. A glint of new, more insidious malice replacing his earlier fury. This merely closes one chapter. There are many more ways to fall, and I assure you, I, Reginald Piffle, will personally see to it that you stumble, O'Malley, spectacularly. This is not over. He then turned, a stiff, almost robotic movement, and strode towards his own launch, leaving the recovered payroll, the smoking cannon, and a bewildered group of crewmen in his wake. Well, Finn O'Malley said cheerfully, rubbing his hands together as Piffle Pratt's launch sped away. It seems our good admiral, Piffle Pratt, has a knack for theatrical exits. Penny, organize the payroll's transport back to base. Rusty, old boy, I'll personally launch a deep-sea submersible expedition for your missing funds, complete with a treasure map and a team of highly motivated deep-sea. A job well done, a well-deserved double R for all of you. The crew, despite the ominous lingering threat from Piff, they had, once again, stared disaster in the face and, with Finn O'Malley's unpredictable genius, emerged victorious. The return of the PT-73 to Isla Bonita was met with the usual mix of relief, bewilderment, and spontaneous celebration. Admiral Rogers, having received the official report of the Port Nouvelle payroll recovery, chuckled heartily over his breakfast of chucklefish omelettes and water buffalo milk. He then issued a new directive, tailored specifically to Finn O'Malley's unique talents. Commander O'Malley, Penny Parker announced, entering Finn's now customary outdoor office, a hammock-suspended contraption shaded by palm fronds and constantly serenaded by Nimbus's gentle humming. Finn was in the middle of teaching a pygmy hippo to play bocce ball using coconuts. Admiral Rogers has a new interstellar botanical preservation initiative. We are to voyage to the newly discovered crystalline caverns of a remote asteroid field located just beyond our solar system. It's rumored to harbor the last remaining sunstone blooms, a species of extraterrestrial flora vital for universal bio. However, the caverns are said to be inhabited by the glimmering gnomes, a race of territorial, musically sensitive beings who communicate through resonant echoes. Finn's eyes, already reflecting the boundless enthusiasm of an overgrown schoolboy, gleamed with unbridled excitement. A new asteroid field, crystalline caverns, sunstone blooms, and glimmering gnomes who communicate through resonant echoes. This sounds like a challenge for Gruber's sonic, Chester's extraterrestrial barter basket, and Perk's innate talent for documenting alien fungal life. What could possibly go wrong in a glowing subterranean paradise? Penny merely sighed, consulting her constantly updated guide to O'Malley-induced extraterrestrial mishaps. Everything, Captain. The glimmering gnomes are fiercely protective of their crystalline ecosystem, are highly allergic to discordant sounds, and are rumored to weaponize their resonant echoes. Not to mention Admiral Piffle Pratt's latest intercepted dispatch from his Guano archipelago posting, now communicating solely through interpretive avian ballet and a series of frantic Morse code clicks. Reports that Piffle Pratt believes that glimmering gnomes are actually cosmic feather collectors who steal garter belts from interstellar travelers, and he's attempting to launch himself into space using a homemade catapult fashioned from a colossal booby nest, convinced he can regard the universe with harmonious avian plumage. Indeed, Piffle-Pratt's deciphered transmissions, interpreted by Nimbus, with a peculiar blend of solemnity and quiet amusement. Red O. O'Malley, the gnome-ensnared fiend, thy PT 273. A cosmic gleam, glimmering gnomes with resonant song, stealing bloom goddess, where do they belong? From asteroid step, a cosmic sigh, as booby feathers to the heavens fly, mark my words, in crystal's hum, before the universal discord comes. The voyage to the crystalline caverns of Xylos commenced, with Finn's flagship for this venture, the Stardust Wanderer, a PT-73, heavily modified by Gruber. It boasted salvaged rocket boosters, repurposed chucklefish shocks, and a rudimentary gravitational flux stabilizer. Commander Sterling, predictably, was already en route, having been assigned to a nearby interstellar mining expedition, and was providing expert resource assessment from his new prototype Deep Space Explorer, the Cosmic Surveyor. Commander O'Malley, Sterling's voice, cold and precise as ever, crackled over the interstellar comms from the Cosmic Surveyor. My preliminary mineralogical scans of the Xylos asteroid field indicate extensive deposits of a highly valuable cosmic resource. Your rocket-propelled floating shack is currently registering as a significant gravitational anomaly in 4 different asteroid belts. And is that a continuous emission of traditional Polynesian chanting from your craft? Commander O'Malley, for interstellar resource assessment. Finn merely chuckled. That's our extraterrestrial geological resonance therapy, Commander Sterling, designed to establish immediate harmonic rapport with cosmic vibrations. The Polynesian chants are essential for encouraging optimal mineral extraction rhythms. As the Stardust Wanderer neared the crystalline caverns of Xylos, they witnessed a sight that defied terrestrial logic. Gigantic, translucent crystals pulsed with soft, inner light, forming a vast, shimmering labyrinth of tunnels and caverns. Within these luminous structures, figures of pure light, no taller than Perk Willoughby, moved gracefully, their bodies composed of shifting crystalline. These were the glimmering gnomes, and their communications were a symphony of resonant, melodious echoes that shimmered through the crystals. Skipper Chester O'Malley shouted over the comms, his voice filled with childlike wonder. Their city looks like a giant, glittering kaleidoscope, and Perk thinks he saw a gnome playing a microscopic ukulele woven from starlight. Finn, true to his diplomatic calling, initiated contact. He had Gruber launch a special harmonic overture capsule, a modified sonic buoy, softly propelled, carrying a selection of water buffalo ice cream, Viridian, ceremonial chalk, and a perfectly ripened, space-proofed. The capsule drifted towards a large, resonant crystalline spire. The glimmering gnomes, beings of pure light and resonant energy, analyzed the offering with silent, pulsating energy. Then, a dazzling light pattern, resonating with curious intrigue and a peculiar melodic hum, emanated from their spire. They had never encountered such terrestrial cosmic overture. Sterling's voice shrieked over the comms. O'Malley, you've made first contact with ambient gourmet treats. The glimmering gnomes are telepathic. O'Malley, they don't eat. You've insulted them with sugary provisions. I am preparing a full defensive shield against your reckless, confectionery intervention. Finn, however, noticed something else. The glimmering gnomes' resonant echoes were now incorporating the melodious hum of the Polynesian chants from Finn's craft, their pulsating energy harmonizing with the subtle, deep rhythms of the flash-frozen water buffalo ice cream. They seemed intrigued by the unexpected sensory experience. Finn barked commands. Gruber, activate the luminous lore lyre beam. Chester, prepare the cosmic conga continuum. And Penny, get ready for the Sunstone Bloom symbiotic maneuver. Gruber's luminous lore lyre beam, a repurposed deep space signal emitter now modified to project intricate, shifting patterns of light, filled the Xylos caverns with a mesmerizing display of cosmic storytelling. The glimmering gnomes, pure light forms themselves, absorbed the intricate narratives, their crystalline bodies shimmering with heightened understanding. Chester's cosmic conga continuum, a series of synchronized pygmy hippo grunts and space-calibrated ukulele solos, pulsed through the Stardust Wanderer's external speakers, causing the crystalline structures of the gnome's caverns to vibrate with surprisingly joyful resonance. Penny, navigating the Stardust Wanderer with a finesse born of years of O'Malley-induced improvisation in terrestrial, aquatic, aerial, and temporal domains, executed the Sunstone Bloom symbiotic maneuver. Guided by she maneuvered the Stardust Wanderer towards the heart of the cavern. There, pulsating with a gentle, warming light, resided the last remaining sunstone blooms, vibrant, living crystals that emitted universal bioharmony. Sterling, observing from the cosmic surveyor, was utterly bewildered. His sensors registered harmonious alien interaction, synchronized crystalline light, dances, and a continuous cascade of what he identified as unauthorized, high-energy, cosmic resonance, interfering with unobtainium scans. O'Malley, what is this extraterrestrial operatic extravaganza? Finn O'Malley merely winked. Just a bit of harmonious interspecies symbiotic integration. Commander Sturt, a blend of stellar resonance and cosmic horticulture. You see, even beings of pure light appreciate a good story. A harmonious rhythm, and a touch of well-shelled gourmet chucklefish-infused confection. Admiral Rogers, receiving a truly epic dispatch from Finn detailing the successful application of creatively repurposed entertainment protocols for harmonic rapport building with crystalline entities, declared Operation Verdant Bloom a phenomenal success. Nimbus nodded sagely, finding the entire affair cosmically delightful. Sterling's indignant report, alleging first contact compromised by sugar-induced, rhythmic extraterrestrial revelry, causing severe damage to unobtainium market valuations, was, as usual, politely filed away under unexplained interstellar ecological resonances. Piffle Pratt, on his Guano archipelago, had achieved a new, terrifying peak of delusion. Dr. Increasingly frantic and entirely interpretive dispatches were now untranslatable by even Nimbus. The last decipherable fragments spoke of Piffle Pratt believing the sunstone blooms were actually sentient, glowing garter belts, and he was now teaching the boobies to fly in intricate cosmic ballet patterns, convinced they were performing a universal regathering ceremony for the bioharmonious crystalline plants. Dr. Mindbender had likely achieved spiritual enlightenment through aggressive booby feather fashion and was attempting to communicate solely through synchronized interpretive dance with the boobies, who now, surprisingly, seemed to be quite enjoying it. Finn O'Malley, as ever, had not only succeeded in his mission but had integrated the glimmering gnomes, the Sylvan Sentinels, the Aquad Nimbus, King Zaba Zaba 7, and even Eunice, into Isla Benita's ever-growing, bewilderingly diverse diplomatic network. The crystalline caverns of Xylos had become a beacon of harmonious chaos, and the universe, Finn knew, was simply awaiting its next grand, glorious, and utterly O'Malley-esque adventure. The accolades for Operation Verdant Bloom brought a new, almost dizzying, level of administrative complexity to Isla Benita. Nimbus, the cloud person, spent his mornings orchestrating dazzling light patterns between the aquadwellers and starweave, turning the island's nights into breathtaking celestial concerts. Admiral Rogers, deeply engrossed in writing a multi-volume saga titled The Interconnectedness of All, rarely left his hammock. Piffle Pratt, on the Guano archipelago, remained trapped in his self-made booby-infused odyssey. His transmissions were now pure poetry, or utter gibberish, depending on the translator. The lonely intern at Fortress Apex, who still diligently transcribed Piffle Pratt's booby squawks into free verse, claimed his recent works demonstrated a profound, albeit understanding of the multiverse. Dr. Mindbender, it was widely believed, had achieved total booby mind meld, communicating only through intricate feather arrangements and the occasional existential squawk. Commander Penny Parker announced one brisk morning, finding Finn attempting to teach a racing camel to fetch a discarded Admiral Rogers has a new deep-spaced philanthropic initiative. We are to voyage to the desolate, rogue planet of Solitude, a newly charted, barren world rumored to house a single, enigmatic entity known as the Silent Oracle, an ancient being said to possess boundless wisdom and the celestial cipher, which can unlock the universe's greatest secrets. Commander Sterling is, unfortunately, already en route with his latest prototype, the Nebula Navigator, a deep-space psychic probe vessel, providing astral communication and consciousness assessment. Finn's eyes, now reflecting the wisdom gleaned from interdimensional polka parties and deep-sea diplomatic raves, gleamed with uncharacteristic seriousness. The rogue planet of Solitude, the Silent Oracle, the celestial cipher, this sounds like a challenge for Gruber's psycho-aural resonance inducers. Chester's universal gift basket, and Perk's innate ability to accidentally stumble upon profound truths. What could possibly go wrong when engaging a solitary cosmic sage? Penny. Penny merely adjusted her uniform, a testament to her unending resilience in the face of the absurd. Everything, Captain. The silent oracle communicates telepathically, but only when offered a gift of pure, unadulterated solitude, and is said to emanate an aura of existential angst that can drive even the most cheerful soul to introspection. Not to mention Piffle Pratt's latest poetic lament from the Guano Archipelago, the Fortress Apex intern, through interpretative haiku, conveys Piffle Pratt's belief that the silent oracle is actually a cosmic fashion designer who critiques garter belts from across the galaxies. And he is attempting to communicate his superior booby feather designs through interpretative guano patterns, believing it will grant him access to the celestial fashion show. Indeed, Piffle Pratt's translated haikus read, "Silent oracle waits. Booby feather garter gleams. Cosmic shame descend. The journey to the rogue planet of solitude aboard the Galactic Wanderer, a PT-73 repurposed by Gruber, with anti-existential dread filters, quantum snack display, and a powerful zenith zone nullifier, was unexpectedly profound. Commander O'Malley, Sterling's voice, devoid of its usual condescension but laced with a subtle hint of unease, crackled over the deep-spaced comms from the Nebula Navigator. My preliminary psychic scans of the rogue planet indicate an immense singular consciousness, the silent oracle. My psychic probes are encountering a powerful wall of universal indifference. Your glittering cosmic tin can is currently emitting significant traces of emotional exuberance. And is that a continuous emission of pygmy hippos' serenades from your craft, Commander O'Malley, for astral communication? Finn merely chuckled. That's our harmonious universal meditation wave, Commander Sterling, designed to establish immediate, positive telepathic rapport. The pygmy hippos are essential for radiating pure, unadulterated contentment. As the Galactic Wanderer approached the rogue planet, they witnessed a sight of stark, breathtaking desolation. A barren, windswept landscape of ochre dust and jagged rock formations stretched to a horizon under a perpetually dim, starless sky. In the center, a colossal, featureless, crystalline monolith pulsed faintly. This was the silent oracle, and its presence radiated an aura of profound, almost overwhelming, solitude. "Skipper," Chester O'Malley whispered over the comms, his voice hushed with reverence. "I feel like I need to ponder the true meaning of a perfectly toasted marshmallow, and Perk thinks he saw the universe contemplating its sock drawer." Finn, true to his philanthropic mission, initiated contact. He had Gruber launch a special cosmic solitude offering a modified deep space probe, gently propelled, carrying the universal gift basket and a single, perfectly balanced chuck. The probe drifted towards the silent oracle. The silent oracle, a being of immense wisdom and infinite solitude, analyzed the offering not with light or sound, but with an immense, palpable wave of pure, empathic introspection that washed over the Galactic Wanderer. Finn felt, in that moment, the loneliness of 1,000 dying stars, the quiet joy of a single blossom on a barren world, and the profound wisdom embedded in Perk Willoughby's endless cataloging of obsolete naval trivia. Sterling's voice, now a thin thread of utter panic, shrieked over the comms. "O'Malley, my psychic probes are overloading. I'm experiencing a cascading paradox of universal emotions. I can see the end of time, and a booby wearing a tiny fedora. I am preparing to initiate a total mind wipe." Finn, however, understood. The silent oracle was not insulted by gifts. It was simply reflecting the existential truth of the universe, and the joyous chaos of Isla Bonita was its unexpected mirror. He barked commands. "Gruber, activates the echo of Eldoria. Chester, prepare the celestial cipher confetti cannon. And Penny, get ready for the cosmic baton ballet blitz." Gruber's echo of Eldoria empathy cascade, a repurposed emotional resonance amplifier, projected a powerful, joyous wave of pure empathy across the rogue planet. The silent oracle, reflecting this wave, began to resonate with a surprising warmth, its monolith glowing with subtle hues of understanding. Chester's celestial cipher confetti cannon, an old foghorn now loaded with shimmering confetti, blasted colorful bursts across the barren landscape, illuminating the vast emptiness with sporadic bursts of unexpected cheer. Penny, navigating the Galactic Wanderer through the increasingly joyful resonance, executed the cosmic baton ballet blitz. Guided by Nick, she maneuvered the galactic wanderer towards the silent oracle. As they approached, Finn O'Malley, holding the cosmic baton, began to conduct, not with music, but with pure, heartfelt emotion, synchronized to the rhythm of Perk Willoughby's quiet, contented humming. The cosmic baton pulsed, harmonizing with the oracle's solitude. Sterling, observing from the nebula navigator, was utterly transformed. His psychic senses registered not chaos, but a profound, resonant peace, filled with echoes of shared laughter and universal understanding. He saw the oracle, not as an indifferent void, but as a vast, benevolent consciousness, conducting a celestial ballet of emotion and starlight, with Finn O'Malley at its paradoxical, chucklefish-wielding center. Sterling, in a moment of pure, unadulterated awe, shed a single tear, a monumental event in his tightly regulated existence. Finn O'Malley merely winked, just a bit of harmonious, existential synergy. Commander Sterling, a blend of universal empathy and stellar you see. Even beings of pure solitude appreciate a good emotional beat and a well-conducted cosmic confetti shower. Admiral Rogers, receiving a truly heartfelt dispatch from Finn detailing the successful application of telepathic synchronicity via confectionery-based celestial performance art, declared Operation Cosmic Chorus a monumental success. Nimbus nodded sagely, finding the entire affair universally delicious. Sterling's report, though still technically detailed, now read like a deeply philosophical poem about emotional transcendence and the unexpected beauty of confetti, earning him a compulsory meditation retreat on a secluded, silent planet. Piffleprat, on his Guano archipelago, was believed by the Fortress Apex Inter to have finally achieved a transcendent state. His last fragments, a series of frantic squawks and Morse code, spoke of the Celestia cipher becoming a gigantic, glowing garter belt. And he, Piffleprat, had finally learned to fly. Not with booby wings, but with sheer, unadulterated will, propelled by the existential angst of He was, apparently, flying towards the rogue planet, convinced he was a cosmic Cupid, tasked with reuniting the celestial garter belt with its universal counterpart. Finn O'Malley, as ever, had not only succeeded but had integrated the Silent Oracle, the Chronos Keepers, the Starweavers, the Sylvan Sentinels, the Aquadwellers, Nimbus, King Zaba Zaba 7, and even Eunice, who discovered that the Oracle offered surprisingly practical advice on knotting strategies for deep space sock garters, into Isla Benita's ever-expanding, bewilderingly diverse diplomatic network. The rogue planet of solitude had become a beacon of harmonious introspection, and the universe, Finn knew, was simply awaiting its next grand, glorious, and utterly O'Malleyesque adventure, stretching into the vast, delicious unknowns of eternity, a cosmos forever bound by chucklefish and chaotic goodwill. The accolades for Operation Cosmic Chorus had barely been framed when a new, urgent directive descended upon Isla Benita. Nimbus, the Cloud Person, and Zephyr, the Whisperer, now facilitated daily transdimensional chess matches between the quantum quibblers, using asteroid fragments and chucklefish tokens. Admiral Rogers, having achieved peak enlightenment, had begun spontaneously transcribing the Paradox Prism's deepest secrets into a series of highly amusing interpretive dances performed with pygmy hippos. Piffleprat, according to Sterling's, had fully embraced his role as the cosmic garter master of His boobies, now telepathically linked to Piffleprat's fervent desires, were diligently scouring alternate realities for lost socks and misplaced garter belts. Their squawks a harmonious symphony of universal restoration. Sterling, finding a peculiar joy in this new purpose, was last reported attempting to build a multidimensional knitting machine from reclaimed cosmic debris. Commander O'Malley, Penny Parker announced one unusually stable morning, finding Finn attempting to teach a delegation of keepers the intricate footwork of a Polynesian limbo. Admiral Rogers has launched Operation Ethereal Echo. We are to voyage to the newly discovered celestial citadel of Cygnus, a magnificent, sentient space station, visible only in the fifth dimension, rumored to be home to the Ether Architects, a race of non-corporeal energy beings, who construct entire galaxies through thought. They guard the blueprint of being, an artifact said to contain the very plans of existence itself. Commander Sterling is, unfortunately, already en route, manifest as a sentient bow tie, guiding the prototype multi-dimensional vehicle, the cosmic canvas, providing ontological visualization and astral structural analysis. Finn's eyes, having now witnessed multi-dimensional socks, subterranean rave parties, and cosmic chests with gnomes, gleamed with pure, creationary exhilaration. A sentient space station, ether architects, building galaxies through thought. The blueprint of being. This sounds like a challenge for Gruber's pan-universal particle weavers, Chester's dimensional diplomatic doilies, and Perk's innate ability to accidentally doodle schematic diagrams of hyper-advanced alien technology. What could possibly go wrong when engaging the very creators of reality? Penny. Penny merely adjusted her uniform, which now subtly shimmered with quantum energy. Everything. Captain, the ether architects perceive all beings as constructs of thought. Their forms are non-corporeal, and they communicate through complex resonant frequencies that can unravel the very essence of identity. Not to mention Piffle Pratt's latest universal transmission. Picked up by Sterling's multidimensional knitting machine, Piffle Pratt believes the ether architects are cosmic fashion designers who craft universal garter belts from starlight, and he's attempting to send them booby feather designs via interpretative quantum guano path, convinced it will earn him a commission to redesign the cosmic garter belt of creation. Indeed, Piffle Pratt's latest transdimensional thought, as translated by Sterling's knitting machine, which rendered his despair as beautifully intricate lace patterns, read, star garter, thread spins, booby fashion, cosmic dream, creation. The voyage to the celestial citadel of Cygnus aboard the Starseeker, a PT-73 heavily shielded and stabilized by Gruber with universal energy converter, temporal spatial reality filters, and a powerful etheric resonator, was an experience in profound conceptual absurdity. Commander O'Malley, Sterling's voice, a harmonious hum from the boot, crackled over the hyperdimensional comms from the cosmic canvas. My preliminary ontological visualizations of the celestial citadel indicate an architectural design of pure thought. Your cosmic chuckle barge is currently manifesting as a minor paradox in the sixth dimension. And is that a continuous emission of existential pygmy hippo squawks and recursive starweaver lullabies from your craft? Commander O'Malley, for pan-universal communication. Finn merely chuckled. That's our grand unified theory of mirthful vibrations. Commander Sterling, designed to establish immediate. The pygmy hippo squawks and starweaver lullabies are essential for radiating pure, joyous conceptual harmony. As the Starseeker entered the celestial citadel, they found themselves in a magnificent space, not of physical structures, but of pure thought forms and swirling energy. Galaxies manifested and unmanifested with every concept. Stars flickered into being with every idea, and nebulae bloomed with every shared emotion. The ether architects, beings of pure, fluid energy, observed from intricate patterns woven into the fabric of creation itself. Skipper, Chester O'Malley whispered over the comms, his voice hushed with creationary awe. I feel like I'm made of stardust and pineapple chunks. And Perk thinks he saw a baby galaxy being born out of Admiral Roger's beard trimmings. Finn, true to his diplomatic calling, initiated contact. He had Gruber deploy a special creationary confection catalyst, a modified quantum synthesizer, gently released, emitting harmonious energy patterns infused with hypercondensed chucklefish thought. This catalyst, transmitted through Chester's diplomatic door, drifted towards a pulsating ether architect collective. The ether architects, beings who built realities through conscious intent, creative contemplation that simultaneously questioned and manifested new possibilities within the Starseeker. Finn felt, in that moment, the awesome responsibility of a single thought, the infinite joy of a perfectly crafted joke, and the profound wisdom embedded in Perk Willoughby's accidentally summoned alternate reality self, who immediately offered an unsolicited critique of their propulsion systems. Sterling's voice, now a resonant hum, infused with the serene wisdom of galactic origami, crackled over the comms. O'Malley, my on-true structural scans are overloading. I'm experiencing a cascading paradox of unmanifested realities and celestial snack flavors. The blueprint of being is its pulsating with chucklefish-induced, multiverse-making power. I am preparing to initiate a total cosmic reboot. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable, I tell you. And why do I feel an overwhelming desire to knit a universe from socks? Finn, however, understood. The ether architects were not insulted by physical gifts. They were simply embracing the inherent creativity of existence, and the joyous, unpredictable chaos of Ila Benita was its unexpected, galaxy-shaping mirror. He barked commands. Gruber, activate the ontological origami orchestrator. Chester, prepare the celestial creation confetti cannon. And Penny, get ready for the blueprint of being benediction maneuver. Gruber's ontological origami, a repurposed universal fabricator modified to fold and unfold realities, projected a powerful, mind-bending field across the celestial citadel. The ether architects, thriving on the playful manipulation of creation, began to spontaneously generate entire star systems in the shape of chucklefish and pygmy hippo. Chester's celestial creation confetti cannon, an old asteroid drill now loaded with iridescent reality birthing, each piece subtly encoding a fragment of Nimbus's harmonious hums, Sterling's limericks, and Perk's sock-darning theories. Blasted colorful bursts across the non-corporeal landscape, manifesting miniature galaxies, sentient deserts, and temporary alternate versions of Piffleprat, all simultaneously. Penny, navigating the Starseeker through the increasingly joyful manifestation of realities, executed the blueprint of being benediction maneuver. Guided by Nim, she maneuvered the Starseeker towards the heart of the Citadel. There, throbbing with ancient, conceptual power, was the blueprint of being, a colossal, shimmering scroll of pure, creative energy. Sterling, observing from the cosmic canvas, was utterly transformed. His psychic senses registered not chaos, but a profound, coherent sense of playful, philosophical creation, filled with echoes of shared laughter and universal self-referential understanding. He saw the ether architects, not as abstracted entities, but as benevolent collaborators, conducting a multi-dimensional symphony of thought and glittering confetti. With Finn O'Malley at its paradoxical, chucklefish-wielding, galaxy-creating center, Sterling, in a moment of pure, unadulterated, ontological enlightenment, spontaneously folded himself into a perfectly knitted celestial scarf, which then wrapped itself around the cosmic baton. It was, apparently, his new, more functional form. Finn O'Malley merely winked. Just a bit of harmonious, ethereal synergy. Commander Sterling, a blend of universal empathy and stellar sun. You see, even the architects of reality appreciate a good paradoxical riddle. A well-placed cosmic joke, and a beautifully manifested chucklefish-shaped galaxy. Admiral Rogers, receiving a truly epic dispatch from Finn detailing the successful application of creatively repurposed entertainment protocols for harmonic rapport building with creationary entities, including the effective integration of self-referential humor in multiversal manifestation, declared Operation Ethereal Echo a cosmic success. Nimbus hummed sagely, now gently generating small chucklefish-shaped rain clouds in 3 different dimensions. Sterling's report, though now delivered via beautifully intricate scarf patterns, was surprisingly coherent, advocating for mandatory cosmic knitting circles for all naval officers, and recommending a chucklefish cosmos-creating conundrum colloquium to manifest all future intergalactic conflicts into sentient pineapple. Piffleprat, on his guano archipelago, was believed by the Fortress Apex intern, who now claimed Piffleprat's booby squawks were a profound expression of metaphysical garterbell macrocosmology, to have finally achieved a truly multi-species, temporal-cosmic-subterranean-ontological-creational enlightenment. His last fragments, a series of frantic squawks, interpretive dance instructions, and Morse code, spoke of the blueprint of being becoming a gigantic, glowing garter belt, and he had finally rewritten reality, not with ancient instruments, but with sheer, unadulterated will, propelled by the existential fury of boobies, wearing ill-fitting, and was now attempting to manifest his entire archipelago into a fully sentient, self-knitting, multidimensional celestial scarf, ready to regard the very fabric of existence itself. Convinced he was a cosmic ontological architect, tasked with reuniting all discordant realities with their rightful, gartered destiny, forever. Finn O'Malley, as ever, had not only succeeded, but had integrated the ether architects, the quantum quibblers, the lava lizards, the silent oracle, the chronos keepers, the starweavers, the sylvan sentinels, and even Eunice, who discovered that the ether architects offered surprisingly practical advice on designing reality-resistant potholders for manifesting alternate universes into ever-expanding, bewilderingly diverse diplomatic network. The celestial citadel of Cygnus had become a beacon of harmonious creative symphony, and the universe, Finn knew, was simply awaiting its next grand, glorious, and utterly O'Malley-esque adventure, stretching into the vast, delicious unknowns of eternity, a cosmos forever bound by chucklefish, cosmic confetti, and chaotic goodwill. The universe, in all its myriad forms, was a joyful, unpredictable mess, and Commander Finn O'Malley wouldn't have it any other way. The final frontier for Finn O'Malley, as Admiral Rogers eloquently put it, was the integration of pure abstract thought. The celestial citadel of Cygnus, now a vibrant hub of interdimensional art installations and spontaneous galaxy-manifesting workshops, pulsed with the sheer creative energy of the ether architect. Nimbus, the cloud person, and Zephyr, the whisperer, had expanded their roles to facilitating intergalactic knitting circles, where starweavers spun galaxies into yarn and quantum. Quibblers debated the paradoxical implications of a missing stitch in the fabric of Admiral Rogers, having retired his admiral's cap for a bespoke, knitted celestial scarf, was now working on a collaborative symphony with the ether architects, composing entire constellations through pure musical thought. Piffle Pratt, however, had achieved a pinnacle of delusion that transcended even the multiverse. His Guano archipelago, under his fervent belief, was now a sentient, self-knitting, multi-dimensional celestial scarf, perpetually unraveling and re-knitting itself into an endless loop of cosmic garter belt patterns. Piffle Pratt himself, completely assimilated into his creation, was the grand garter master pattern weaver, his consciousness diffused throughout the fabric of his new reality. His last message, intercepted as a single, perfectly knitted garter belt pattern, read, "Finally, order, and perfect fit, for everything, forever." Sterling, the knitted scarf, merely resonated with a philosophical hum of relief, happy to have found a perfectly harmonious purpose. "Commander O'Malley," Penny Parker announced one brisk morning, her voice echoing in Finn's perpetually re-manifesting office. Currently, the sentient treehouse, co-designed by the Sylvan Sentinels and Finn was attempting to teach a Chronos Keeper the art of playing checkers with a highly amused lava lizard. Admiral Rogers has launched Operation Ephemeral Envoy. We are to voyage to the undiscovered void between worlds, a nebulous realm of pure abstract thought, rumored to be the source of all concepts and ideas, inhabited by the essence entities, beings of pure, unformed consciousness. They guard the unwritten scroll, an artifact said to contain all possibilities and every unmanifested story. Finn's eyes, having witnessed the cosmic and the botanical, now shone with a profound, almost mystical excitement. The void between worlds, essence entities, the unwritten scroll, holding all possibilities. This sounds like a challenge for Gruber's conceptual cohesion. Chester's universal and Perk's innate ability to accidentally alter historical events through sheer clumsiness. What could possibly go wrong when venturing into the very wellspring of imagination? Penny merely adjusted her uniform, now equipped with a reality-stabilizing charm woven by the quantum quip. "Everything, Captain. The essence entities perceive all existence as pure thought. They communicate through unspoken concepts, and direct exposure to their realm can cause sentient ideas to manifest spontaneously, sometimes with chaotic and unpredictable results. Not to mention Piffleprod's latest universal knitting pattern, which, if interpreted by Nimb, depicts a rogue thread attempting to unravel the entire cosmos into a single, misplaced booby garter belt. Indeed, Piffleprat's latest conceptual manifestation showed cosmos unraveled, garter thread, rogue, booby's quest, pure thoughts, chaos reigns. The voyage to the void between worlds aboard the Idea Weaver, a Pachamino Setente trace reconceptualized by Gruber with pure thought form stabilizers, conceptual snack replicators, and a powerful narrative cohesion emitter, was experienced in utter Commander O'Malley, Sterling's voice, a harmonious hum of knitted wisdom from the celestial scarf wrapped around the cosmic baton, resonated over the conceptual calms from the cosmic canvas. My preliminary conceptual probes of the void between worlds indicate an infinite expanse of unformed potential, Your imagination-propelled pineapple barge is currently manifesting as a fleeting thought in a sentient poem. And is that a continuous emission of existential haikus and paradoxical polka beats from your craft, Commander O'Malley, for abstract diplomacy? Finn merely chuckled. That's our conceptual harmonization field, Commander Sterling, designed to establish immediate positive metinative. The existential haikus and paradoxical polka beats are essential for fostering creative chaos in the realm of pure thought. As the idea weaver drifted into the void between worlds, they found themselves in an indescribable realm of pure potential. Colors shifted with emotion, sounds were thoughts, and concepts drifted past like colossal, shimmering jellyfish. Ideas coalesced into temporary realities, and then dissolved back into raw potential. The essence entities, amorphous beings of pure, unformed consciousness, manifested as fleeting patterns of thought, observing from vast, shifting libraries of conceptual light. Skipper, Chester O'Malley whispered over the conceptual comms, his voice hushed with imaginative awe. I think I just manifested a self-stirring cup of water buffalo ice cream. And Perk thinks he accidentally wrote a symphony by tripping over a quantum string theory. Finn, true to his diplomatic calling, initiated contact. He had Gruber deploy a special narrative nourishment catalyst, a modified thought probe gently released, emitting harmonious conceptual patterns, infused with hypercondensed chucklefish empathy. This catalyst, transmitted through Chester's diplomatic doilies, drifted towards a pulsating essence entity collective. The essence entities, beings who are the source of all creation, analyzed the offering not with a simple intake of information, but with an immense, palpable wave of pure, conceptual appreciation that simultaneously absorbed and expanded their consciousness, resonating through the idea weaver. Finn felt, in that moment, the awe-inspiring responsibility of creating a single story, the infinite joy of an unwritten poem, and the profound wisdom embedded in Perk Willoughby's accidentally manifestation of an alternate universe, where all naval uniforms were made of pineapple skins. Sterling's voice, now a thin wail of conceptual anguish, shrieked over the call. O'Malley, my onto-narrative probes are overloading. I'm experiencing a cascading paradox of unwritten sagas and celestial The unwritten scroll is its pulsating with chucklefish-induced multiversal storytelling power. I am preparing to initiate a total cosmic This is untenable. Untenable. I tell you, and why do I feel an overwhelming desire to knit a universe from socks? Finn, however, understood. The essence entities were not insulted by physical presence. They were simply embracing the inherent creativity of existence, and the joyous, unpredictable chaos of Isla Bonita was its unexpected, narrative-shaping mirror. He barked commands. Gruber, activate the abstract anecdote amplifier. Chester, prepare the conceptual coherence, confetti cannon. And Penny, get ready for the unwritten scroll unfolding maneuver. Gruber's abstract anecdote amplifier, a repurposed conceptual generator modified to manifest Finn's most outrageous exploits as glowing, sentient narratives, projected a powerful, mind-bending field across the void between worlds. The essence entities, thriving on the playful manifestation of stories, began to spontaneously create entire universes where pygmy hippos negotiated peace treaties and chukafish achieved enlightenment. Chester's conceptual coherence, confetti cannon, an old asteroid drill now loaded with iridescent reality birthing chukafish, each piece subtly encoding a fragment of a multidimensional pun from Nimbus, Sterling's knitted philosophies, and Perk's sock-darning theories, blasted colorful bursts across the realm of pure thought, manifesting miniature narrative galaxies, sentient jokes, and temporary alternate versions of Admiral Piffleprat, all simultaneously. Penny, navigating the idea weaver through the increasingly joyful manifestation of concepts, executed the unwritten scroll unfolding maneuver. Guided by Nimbus, she maneuvered the idea weaver towards the heart of the void. There, pulsing with ancient, conceptual power, was the unwritten scroll, shimmering tapestry woven from the very threads of all possible realities. Sterling, observing from the cosmic canvas, was utterly transformed. His conceptual senses registered not chaos, but a profound, coherent sense of playful, philosophical creation, filled with echoes of shared laughter and universal soul. He saw the essence entities, not as abstract void, but as benevolent co-creators, conducting a multi-dimensional symphony of thought and glittering confetti. With Finn O'Malley, at its chucklefish-wielding, reality-shaping center. Sterling, in a moment of pure, unadulterated ontological enlightenment, spontaneously knitted himself into a magnificent, sentient tapestry depicting the entire multiverse as a perfectly coordinated sock drawer, which then elegantly draped itself over the unwritten scroll. It was, apparently, his new, utterly essential form. Finn O'Malley merely winked. Just a bit of harmonious conceptual synergy. Commander Sterling, a blend of universal empathy and stellar sound. You see, even the very creators of reality appreciate a good paradoxical riddle, a well-placed cosmic joke, and a beautifully chucklefish-shaped galaxy, all knit into a narrative of infinite possibilities. Admiral Rogers, receiving a truly epic dispatch from Finn detailing the successful application of creatively repurposed entertainment protocols for harmonic rapport building with creationary entities, including the effective integration of self-referential humor in multiversal manifestation, culminating in the manifestation of a sentient sock drawer universe. Declared Operation Ephemeral Envoy a cosmic success. Nimbus hummed sagely, now gently generating small, chucklefish-shaped rain clouds in 3 different dimensions. Sterling's report, though now delivered via a beautifully intricate tapestry, was surprisingly coherent, advocating for mandatory cosmic storytelling circles for all naval officers, and recommending a chucklefish conundrum colloquium to manifest all future intergalactic conflicts into pineapple-flavored existential ice cream. Piffle Pratt, on his sentient self-knitting, multi-dimensional celestial scarf, was believed by the Fortress Apex intern, who now claimed Piffle Pratt's booby squawks were a profound expression of metaphysical garterbelt macrocosmology, describing an endless knitting project that wove every reality into a vast, infinitely complex garterbelt, to have finally achieved a truly temporal dash, cosmic dash, subterranean dash, ontological dash, creational dash conceptual enlightenment. His last fragments, a series of frantic squawks, interpretive dance instructions, and Morse code, spoke of the unwritten scroll becoming a gigantic, glowing garter belt, and he had finally rewritten reality, not with ancient instruments, but with sheer, unadulterated will, propelled by the existential fury of boobies wearing ill-fitting, and was now attempting to manifest his entire archipelago into a fully sentient, self-knitting, multidimensional celestial scarf, ready to regarder the very fabric of existence itself. Convinced he was a cosmic ontological architect, tasked with reuniting all discordant realities with their rightful, gartered destiny forever. Finn O'Malley, as ever, had not only succeeded but had integrated the essence entities, the ether architects, the quantum quibblers, the lava lizards, the silent oracle, the chronos keepers, the starweavers, the sylvan sentinels, the aquadwellers, Nimbus, King Zaba Zaba 7, and even Eunice, who discovered that the essence entities offered surprisingly practical advice on designing reality-resistant oven mitts for manifesting alternate universes into Isla beneath ever-expanding, bewilderingly diverse diplomatic network. The void between worlds had become a beacon of harmonious narrative symphony, and the universe, Finn knew, was simply awaiting its next, grand, and utterly O'Malley-esque adventure, stretching into the vast, delicious a cosmos forever bound by chucklefish, cosmic confetti, and chaotic goodwill. The universe, in all its myriad forms, was a joyful, unpredictable mess, and Commander Finn O'Malley wouldn't have it any other way. The equatorial sun, an indignant celestial eye, beat down upon Korelki Atoll, baking its powdery white sands to an unbearable shimmer. Palm trees, with their fronds like hastily constructed grass skirts, swayed languidly in the humid breeze, offering scant relief, merely stirring the already thick, oppressive air. The distant, languorous sigh of the turquoise Pacific did little to calm the rising tide of internal turmoil. 2. Commodore Horatio Boffington III, commanding officer of this seemingly idyllic speck of U.S. Navy presence in the South Pacific, a man whose constitution was decidedly It was less a tranquil paradise, and more a slow-motion descent into madness. Each bead of sweat that trickled down his florid, beefy neck felt less like perspiration, and more like a bead of doom, collecting at the folds of his tight, impeccably starched uniform collar. And the latest, freshest surge of anxiety, this sudden, acute constriction of his already tightly wound psyche, currently stood before him in the humid, mosquito-infested purgatory of his office. The room itself was a monument to administrative disarray. A cluttered, airless box of corrugated iron walls, the paint peeling and curling strips like sun-baked parchment. An ancient, wheezing fan, perched precariously on a wobbling stand, spun lazily, damper, thick with the scent of stale paper, military issue, and Buffington's own peculiar brand of pomade. Dust motes danced in the anemic light filtering through a single, grimy window overlooking a stretch of impassable jungle. Wow. Wow. Commodore Buffington bellowed, his voice echoing off the metallic walls with a force that rattled a half-dead gecko clinging desperately to the ceiling. He thumped a fleshy fist, its knuckles white, on the battered oak desk, its surface gouged with decades of military frustrations. A loose stack of requisitions, yellowed with age, scattered like frightened quail, fluttering to the equally dusty floor. His gaze, usually a glacial stare of disinterest reserved for inferior officers, and particularly offensive inspection reports, was now narrowed into laser-like points of frustration, impaling Ensign Pipkin Whiffle, the unfortunate supply officer, to the very spot where he stood. Garter belts. Ensign, garter belts. Are my ears deceiving me? Is the war truly so desperate that we must debate such sartorial Pip, a young man whose general demeanor suggested a perpetually startled otter caught in a sudden downpour, gulped audibly. His crisp white uniform, usually immaculate, already showed alarming signs of surrender to the oppressive heat. Dark, damp crescents of sweat stained his underarms, spreading like Rorschach blots of anxiety. His spectacles, perched precariously on a nose far too small for them, had slipped slightly, glinting nervously in the erratic, flickering light of the overhead lamp, which hummed a monotonous, unsettling tune, as if mirroring Pipkin's own fragile state of mind. "Yes, sir, Commodore." Ensign Whiffle, reporting for duty, sir. In charge of, well, supplies, sir. All of the supplies. In point of fact, sir. From dental floss to 2 demolition charges, sir. A vast and complex inventory, sir, requiring meticulous attention to detail and unwavering dedication, Pipkin stammered, attempting to bolster his perceived competence, though the very mention of the garter belts incident seemed to undermine his every effort. He clasped his hands behind his back, a desperate attempt to appear at ease. Indeed, Buffington roared, pulling at his stiff collar as if it were a hangman's noose. His jowls quivered with barely suppressed fury, a violent seismic event on his face. The collar, a crisp white band that chafed mercilessly at his ample neck, felt like a miniature garrote, designed specifically by the quartermaster for his personal torment. He imagined the threads constricting, threatening to cut off his very breath. And if the nurses need garter belts, then you snap to it. I mean, you shake a leg, man. Execute that requisition with the speed and precision of a torpedo strike. Ooh, you know what I mean? Ensign, don't stand there looking at me like a freshly scrubbed mackerel, a freshly scrubbed, bewildered, utterly incompetent, and frankly, rather pallid mackerel. The Commodore's face, already puce with irritation, seemed to deepen in hue, a shade akin to an overripe plum that had been left too long in the tropical sun, baking to a deep, ominous purple. He swept a hand across his forehead, momentarily smearing the thin layer of Brylcreem that stubbornly held his remaining strands of hair in military submission. A stray bead of perspiration, large as a dewdrop, traced a slow, tortuous path through his bushy, graying brow, collecting momentarily at the craggy edge of his eyebrow before plunging with agonizing slowness towards his right eye, a tiny, hot tear. What a war, Ensign! What a preposterous, idiotic, utterly nonsensical war, he continued, launching into an increasingly theatrical lament, his voice rising in pitch with every word. A war fought over freedom and democracy, over the very future of civilization. And I'm reduced to supervising the procurement of feminine undergarments. It's a bureaucratic nightmare. Everything is on my shoulders, my broad, aching, utterly overburdened shoulders. I tell you, they ache with the weight of this thankless command. Every stray dog, every chipped teacup, every missing garter belt falls squarely upon them. He clutched his shoulder dramatically, wincing as if struck by a phantom pain, or perhaps an unseen, spectral dart from the jungle. Just as the Commodore was about to launch into a full-scale soliloquy, on the crushing weight of command, his own profound existential angst, and the sheer unending inconvenience of being a commanding officer during wartime. A nervous tap, barely audible above the wheezing fan, sounded on the splintered, weathered door. It opened slightly, with a mournful creak, revealing Lieutenant Elroy Phibbs, Buffington's long-suffering aide. Elroy was a man so meticulously unremarkable that he blended into any backdrop, possessing the charisma of a slightly damp biscuit, served without jam or even a cursory smear of butter. A man whose existence seemed to merely facilitate the drama of others. Yet, his news, always delivered with an air of profound personal torment, had the capacity to send fresh ripples of dread through even Buffington's notoriously unmovable sense of self. "Sir, Commodore." Elroy's voice was a reedy murmur, laced with a familiar, almost professional, tremor of dread. His eyes, usually fixed in a sort of vacant obedience, now darted around nervously, as if he expected invisible specters of bad news to materialize from the peeling paint and whisper further calamities into his ear. "I just got a message, sir, from a pal of mine at Grand Command Post. A very pressing message, sir, one that rather makes my liver quiver and causes my stomach to perform a series of unexpected acrobatic feats. If you'll excuse the rather vivid anatomical detail, sir." Elroy's hands wrung together, a desperate, automatic motion. Commodore Buffington glared. He had no time for Phibbs's quaint turns of phrase, his delicate sensibilities, especially when a mere lieutenant was delivering tidings of doom. "Well, out with it, Phibbs. Spit it out. Man, don't chew on the words like they're stale. I am not, I repeat, not in the mood for riddles or cryptic pronouncements. Elroy, give me the unvarnished, unadorned, unphibsified, in plain, declarative sentences, if you please." "Admiral Ironside." "Sir," Elroy blurted, barely able to contain the tremble in his voice. The name itself seemed to generate a palpable chill in the stifling room, a sudden drop in the already oppressive temperature. "Admiral Ironsides Treadwell, sir, is arriving today on a a surprise, unscheduled, and utterly unannounced visit, sir." The pronouncement hung in the air, thick and menacing, like a freshly unleashed cloud of malarial mosquitoes, each word of venomous sting. For a beat, Commodore Buffington went perfectly still, his eyes wide, his mouth agape, resembling nothing so much as a large, bewildered fish gasping on a dry deck, moments from expiring. His usual florid complexion, drained to a sickly gray. The silence was so profound that even the distant, incessant squawking of parrots seemed to cease, the buzzing of flies around the desk lamp abruptly silenced, as if the entire atoll held its breath in terrified anticipation. Then, with the catastrophic force of a collapsing dam, Buffington's carefully constructed composure shattered into a million tiny, brittle pieces, cascading around him like fragments of his shattered dignity. "Oh, no. Treadwell. Admiral Ironsides Treadwell is coming here." He slammed his hand back on the desk, the scattered papers doing another nervous ballet, as if animated by Buffington's sudden, violent burst of agitation. His jaw muscles clenched, making the jowls on his neck ripple. "That's all I need. That old bloodhound nosing around, sniffing out every speck of lint and every misplaced paperclip. He'll discover every clandestine operation, every missing spoon, every questionable requisition, from the aforementioned garter belts to the missing 50-gallon drum of rum. Do you, either of you," he shrieked, swinging his gaze wildly between Phibbs and Whiffle, "realize what a mess this place is in? Hello, can you hear me? Ensign, who can't supply garter belts? And lieutenant who delivers pronouncements of doom, as if he were reading from the Book of Revelations. This entire base is a festering wound of administrative malpractice." His voice rose to a strangled, desperate shriek that bordered on a cry for help. Just then, the clunky bakelite phone on his desk, an antique relic from some forgotten era, its paint faded and chipped, began to shriek, its insistent ringing slicing through the tension like a rusty surgical knife. Buffington snatched it up as if it were a venomous snake, ready to strike back, to do battle with the relentless forces of inconvenience. "Yes, this is Commodore Buffington," he snarled into the receiver, his voice strained, a raw rasp. "Who did you expect to find in my office? Tokyo Rose, perhaps, knitting little comfort scarves for Imperial pilots, while humming anti-American anthems and perhaps concocting diabolical schemes with my supply officer for an extra ration of silk stockings and smuggled Japanese whiskey. He paused, listening for a moment, his face twitching in a spasm of renewed irritation, the lines around his mouth deepening. You know why, Lieutenant? The sinks in the ratings rendezvous hall are backing up again, for the 5th time this week. Lieutenant, they're an overflowing testament to the sheer inadequacy of everything on this benighted atoll. They threaten to engulf the entire base in a tsunami of stagnant water and discarded rations. So what do you expect me to do about it? I'm the commanding officer here. Man, I'm not a plumber. Am I to don overalls and wrestle with a wrench for the amusement of my troops while Admiral Treadwell audits my stationary supply, sniffs out the unholy secret of the garter belts, and perhaps falls headlong into a putrid tide of wastewater? He slammed the phone down, narrowly, missing the receiver cradle, the old instrument groaning under the abuse, its internal mechanisms rattling ominously. He pressed a hand to his stomach, groaning as if a tiny, internal battle was being waged there, a furious naval engagement of gastric acids and Sir, tell me, Elroy Phibbs piped up, ever the diligent, if profoundly unhelpful, still maintaining his perpetually worried, slightly vacant expression. Do you have any things like this, sir? A touch of the stomach rumbles. My stomach acid could start a motor launch. Sir, a high-powered, incredibly acidic motor launch, capable of dissolving concrete and perhaps even small enemy submarines. Pills, Commodore. Pipkin Whiffle, momentarily forgetting his garter belt humiliation in the face of Boffington's new agony, ventured cautiously, his voice a reedy squeak of concern, his hand unconsciously reaching towards the medicine cabinet tucked away in the corner. Please, sir, take it easy on those pills. The ones the good Dr. Blim prescribed for your chronic reflux. You know how they always give you indigestion, sir? Please. You turn quite green, sir, and rather emit an unpleasing aroma, like week-old sardines in a warm locker. Boffington ignored them both, his eyes rolling upwards in dramatic despair, fixing on a crack in the ceiling. He was beyond the petty concerns of mere physical well. His soul was in torment. I don't care. I don't care. I just don't care anymore. My spirit is utterly broken, my will to command utterly dissolved, utterly obliterated by the sheer force of relentless misfortune. I could be writhing on the floor, foaming at the mouth, reciting nursery rhymes backwards, while tap-dancing the flamenco, and simultaneously juggling flaming torches. And still, I'm certain, no one would truly understand the depths of my torment. My pain transcends all human comprehension. He then paused, his gaze, which had been fixed on some internal, suffering landscape of his own making, snapped back into focus. A slow, predatory smile began to spread across his face, a truly frightening sight that made both Phibbs and Whiffle take a nervous, instinctive step back. Wait a minute, he murmured, the words dripping with sudden, ominous realization, like venom from a serpent's fang. He looked at his reflection in the dull chrome of his desk lamp, a cunning gleam in his eye. If I was truly sick by the senses, truly ill, terminally unwell, perhaps suffering from some obscure, debilitating tropical disease, and then someone else would have to face the Admiral, wouldn't they? His eyes glittered with a sudden mischievous, yet utterly malevolent, gleam, a spark of pure, unadulterated villainy. If I were sick, he elaborated, savoring the thought, allowing it to unfurl its nefarious possibilities in his mind, like a dark, unfolding flower. Then I could appoint an acting base commander, and he could talk to the Admiral, right? Lieutenant Phibbs, right? And sign Whiffle. It's utterly brilliant, a strategic retreat from the field of public accountability, a masterful diversionary tactic. I'm a genius. Elroy Phibbs, perpetually eager to please, although usually caught on the wrong side of expediency, immediately snapped to attention, his spine ramrod straight, like a hastily erected flagpole. Oh yes, sir. Absolutely. An acting base commander would certainly be required in such a dire circumstance. Sir, a temporary replacement to absorb all the administrative shrapnel, and all of the Admiral's inevitable criticisms. So to speak, sir. An unwitting sacrificial lamb, sir. Boffington steepled his fingers, his eyes narrowed, resembling a silent predator contemplating its prey, a cunning old crocodile basking in the murky waters of deceit. And, Lieutenant, I want you to know that I am ready to accept the supreme test. He straightened, his chest swelling with fully expecting Elroy to laud his courage and sacrifice, perhaps even suggests a Medal of Valor for his dedication to theatrical illness. Instead, Elroy, whose loyalty was often, by his very nature, a weapon in Buffington's opponent's hands, blurted out with an unexpected self-sabotaging view. "Not Commander Quentin Squid Kelsall, sir. Not the Julian Ninny McHale's, sir. With Kelsall and his cutthroats in charge of Corokiat, they will run wild and destroy themselves right in front of the admiral. It'll be an unmitigated disaster. Truly a spectacle of insubordination and chaos, the likes of which have never been seen in the annals of naval history. He is an agent of pure mayhem, sir." Buffington, who had been listening for the encomiums to his heroic the lavish praise for his impending feigned illness, deflated with a hiss, his chest collapsing like a deflated balloon, his face momentarily contorted in a silent scream of disbelief, a flicker of pure, unadulterated shock. His scheme, his beautifully terrible scheme of feigned illness and temporary command, suddenly coalesced around this accidental truth spoken by his adult aide. A new, even more diabolical glint entered his eyes, a glint that spoke of pure, unadulterated, vindictive genius. Destroy themselves, eh? Right in front of Admiral Treadwell? Oh, the sheer, unadulterated, unmitigated brilliance of it. It was so awful, so perfectly Buffington-esque in its vindictiveness, so utterly magnificent in its cruelty, so completely aligned with his most depraved desires, that it was truly sublime. He savored the thought, a silent cackle, rising in his chest, making his shoulders shake with internal glee. This was far better than simply appointing a flustered Pip. "Will you say?" Buffington whispered, his voice dangerously low, almost a sibilant hiss, as if sharing a terrible, delicious secret. He turned, pulling out a small hand mirror he always kept tucked in a desk drawer, for one must maintain appearances, even in extremis, even when plotting one's own spectacular collapse. He peered into it, his usually severe expression melting into one of exaggerated woe, a perfect tableau of suffering. Absolutely brilliant. Fibs are utterly, stupendously brilliant, a tactical stroke worthy of the finest strategists throughout history, a masterwork of manipulation. He coughed dramatically, a dry, rattling sound that sounded more like a choked pigeon struggling for breath than a human ailment, though it certainly conveyed a sense of dire infirmity, a man succumbing to some terminal, unseen blight. I do look sort of sick to you, don't I? All right, very peaky, wouldn't you say? Perhaps a touch of the consumption, that dreadful wasting disease, or a virulent case of the dread attle fever, that particularly nasty strain that turns one's complexion, a rather sickly shade of green, and induces an insatiable craving for warm cabbage soup and lemon. Elroy Phibbs, perpetually eager to please, and whose perception of illness was largely informed by melodramatic Victorian novels and dire medical gasped dramatically, his eyes wide as saucers. He was clearly convinced. "Yes, sir. Terribly sick, Commodore. Why, you're as pale as a sea slug, sir. A particularly ill-looking sea slug that has spent too much time in the sun. You're quite alarming. Sir, don't you think you'd better call the medic right away, sir, before you turn completely green, sir, and perhaps even develop tentacles, like some horrid deep-sea creature? Right away, sir," Buffington barked, pleased with the efficacy of his charade, savoring his triumph. He clutched his chest dramatically, putting on a show of a man fighting valiantly against the invisible ravages of an unseen illness. Dr. Blim, it's Commodore Buffington. Hurry, he's not well. Quick, on the double. He's teetering on the brink. The precipice of utter collapse, a complete breakdown of all bodily functions. He crumpled theatrically into his chair, groaning, his head lolling to one side, his tongue half-lolling from his mouth, as if life itself were ebbing from him. "Ensign Whiffle, sir," he whimpered, his voice now a mere thread, barely audible. I think I'm going to pay." Pipkin Whiffle, ever litter reminded, and still smarting from the garter belt humiliation, jumped forward, extending his arms in a gesture of bewildered helpfulness. "Oh, sir, you're going to pay." He fumbled for his wallet, genuinely thinking Buffington was about to hand over some funds for services rendered, or perhaps a final expense. "Sir, you didn't say to catch you." The Commodore, who had been halfway through a graceful, dramatic slump to the floor, now listed dangerously, caught mid-collapse by Pipkin's ill-timed literalism. His perfectly choreographed fall rudely interrupted by the flailing ensign. He gave a strangled yelp, somewhere between a cough and a strangled goat's bleat, a truly undignified sound. "You're a stupid no-shot," Buffington shrieked, struggling to right himself, his dignity utterly compromised by the undignified interruption to his perfectly choreographed demise. "Thanks, Ensign. Ensign. Thank you, sir. Good old sir, for your unique interpretation of an emergency, your particular brand of utterly unhelpful assistance that verges on outright sabotage." He managed to regain his footing, panting slightly, his face now a vivid shade of purple, somewhere between indignation, exertion, and a genuine lack of oxygen. Just then, the ever-alert Elroy Phibbs burst back into the office, his eyes wide, as if he'd just witnessed the second coming of the Kraken rising from the depths. "Oh, sir, it's Commander Kels. He's coming up the path, sir. He's practically sauntering, sir, with that characteristic insouciance of his that always manages to irritate you so profoundly." Commodore Buffington's face immediately cleared, his theatrical pallor disappearing as if by magic. The wheezing vanished, replaced by a triumphant smirk that stretched his jowls unnervingly, a grotesque mask of glee. He straightened his uniform, patted down his remaining hair, a veritable phoenix of instantaneous recuperation. "How good, Phibbs," he declared, rubbing his hands together with unconcealed glee, the vision of Kelsol's impending ruin filling him with an almost ecstatic joy. "This is going to be one of the happiest illnesses of my life, Lieutenant. A triumphant malady, you might say. The most productive sick leave in naval history. A career-defining illness, if you will, Phibbs, a masterpiece of tactical ink." He looked at the two bewildered junior officers, who were staring at his miraculous recovery with expressions of utter "I don't remember. All right, it's a blur, boys. A complete and utter amnesiac haze. I'm a very sick man. Don't forget. Critically ailing, dangerously unwell, perhaps even delirious, an amnesiac. Yes, a conveniently timed amnesia, to excuse any inconsistencies in my behavior." He fluttered a hand weakly, a last theatrical flourish of his stage-managed infirmity. "Right now, I believe I need to compose myself for my next bout of suffering, and prepare for my most spectacular performance of incapacitation, before the arrival of that rogue Barely a minute later, the office door, never quite repaired from its myriad previous abuses, its hinges groaning like an ancient sea hag, swung open to reveal Commander Quentin Squidcup. He was a man whose rugged, roguish charm was inversely proportional to his respect for naval regulations. His dark hair was perpetually tousled by sea winds, and perhaps a general disdain for barbers, his uniform perpetually a shade less crisp than mandated by naval code, and his grin a perpetual signifier of impending mischief, usually for Commodore Buffington. Trailing behind him, with their usual air of genial disorder, were his equally disreputable crew from Torpedo Tube 73. Looking less like sailors, and more like a collection of cheerfully unwashed pirates, on temporary shore leave, albeit ones in naval uniforms. "Oh! Hi, Captain!" Kelsel drawled, leaning against the doorframe as if he had all the time in the world. Chewing on a stalk of long grass he seemed to have plucked from some improbable patch of green on the concrete. His eyes, keen and intelligent despite their casual appearance, immediately noted the Commodore's rather suspicious lack of visible symptoms, particularly given the lightning speed of his miraculous recovery from near. "What's wrong, sir? Heard you were looking a bit under the weather, as it were. A touch of the atoll ague, perhaps, or a sudden, unexpected recovery." Commodore Buffington, with a Herculean effort that drained what little genuine energy he possessed, summoned a faint, wheezing groan from his theatrical depths. He tried to mimic the sickly green Phibbs had described, but mostly succeeded in looking flushed with a mixture of exertion and bottled-up fury. "Oh, Kelsol!" He clutched his side dramatically, as if a sharp, invisible knife had just plunged into his midriff, inflicting mortal pain. It's taking a lot of tests, you see. A great many highly specialized and complex diagnostic procedures from Dr. Blim, the base medic, all performed with exquisite precision. Weeks, perhaps even months, of intensive scrutiny. I haven't got any answers yet. Confound it. All I know right now is that I'm in truly bad shape. A shocking, unprecedented state of disrepair. It feels as if my internal organs are attempting to form a marching band, and not a harmonious one at that. Kelsal more like a chaotic jazz ensemble playing inside my very guts. He let out another exaggerated wheeze, his face contorting into a mask of pure, self-pitying anguish, a veritable masterpiece of feigned suffering. Oh, hi! Let's have you raise my head a little bit, will you please? A very gentle, delicate adjustment. Mind you, my neck is rather brittle. Kelsal like an old piece of dried coral that might snap at any moment. Yes, sir, Kelsal said, a flicker of barely concealed amusement in his eyes, an audacity that only a man of his brazen disposition would dare allow to manifest in front of the irascible Boffington. He stepped forward with an air of mock solicitousness, his hands extended. Here, I'll do it for you, Commodore, always happy to assist a fellow sailor in distress, especially one suffering from such a mysteriously rapid onset of grave illness and equally swift recovery. He reached down with surprising force, yanking Boffington's head up by the collar, as if he were hoisting a sack of heavy, wet potatoes from a particularly deep well. Boffington's spine cracked audibly, a sharp, unpleasant sound that made Phibbs flinch. He asked me to do it. Pipkin Whiffle, observing from the side, quickly justified Kelsal's actions to no one in particular, sensing potential blame. As always. Oh, Boffington gasped, his eyes bulging as his neck craned unnaturally, his face now truly red with discomfort rather than feigned illness, his carefully cultivated pallor having vanished entirely. Wait a minute. Put it down. Put it down. You oaf. Push it down. Push it down. Not like that. You clod. Put it down on the road. I got it. Can I break right back? He choked, frantically swatting at Kelsal's hands, genuinely distressed by the violent manipulation of his neck, his carefully planned dignity utterly compromised. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, Lieutenant Phibbs interjected, ever eager to mediate, though never effectively. He wrung his hands, a nervous tic. Commander Kelsal was just trying to make you comfortable, sir. After all, you know how concerned we are about you, Commodore, utterly, agonizingly concerned for your precious well-being. For the very essence of your command, sir, it's simply Commander Kelsal's rather robust bedside manner. Kelsal, maintaining an innocent facade of helpfulness, withdrew his hands with an air of regret, a subtle, infuriating smirk playing on his lips. Ooh, yes, sir. Take it easy, Captain. Remember how very, very sick you are. Sir, you wouldn't want to make your precarious condition any worse, with unnecessary exertion, overly strenuous attempts at His tone was laced with an almost imperceptible hint of sarcastic compassion, a masterclass in passive aggression, designed specifically to needle Boffington to the breaking point. Gee, I'm sorry, Sir Elroy, Phibbs added, realizing his error and fumbling with Boffington's already rumpled collar, attempting to straighten it, though it was now hopelessly I thought it was in neutral, sir. My apologies. My fumbling fingers sometimes operate independently of my brain. Boffington, having finally wrenched his head free, rubbed his neck gingerly, shooting a venomous glare at Kelsal that promised retribution, fiery and absolute. Here, I got it, he snapped. That's all, you menace, you insufferable vagabond, you ruffian, you unholy, spawn of a sea. Your very touch is an affront to my being. He paused, remembering his script, the dramatic illness, and reverted instantly to his suffering persona. Phibbs is right, Kelsal. I'm a very sick man, dangerously unwell. In fact, at death's door, with a particularly draughty hinge, and a broken lock, I might add, and a general air of impending, unpreventable doom. Yes, sir, Kelsal replied, still chewing his grass, his gaze flickering to the medical instruments scattered on Boffington's desk. The stethoscope draped artfully over a requisition form, the blood pressure cuff coiled like a resting snake, all part of Boffington's theatrical stage setting. Commodore Boffington seized his chance, preparing for the dramatic pronouncement that would set his nefarious plan in motion. Sir, the medics don't know how long I'm going to be in here. A matter of weeks, perhaps even months, of agonizing recuperation, surrounded by sterile white walls, and contemplating my mortality. So, I'm afraid, I'm away. I'm going to have to appoint an acting base commander, a temporary custodian for this bastion of bureaucracy and burgeoning chaos. He leaned back, the image of valiant suffering incarnate, a true martyr to naval procedure. Kelsal's brow furrowed, a genuine flicker of concern for his ailing superior mixing in his sharp eyes. He had no desire to exchange the thrilling, if dangerous, chaos of a PT boat command for the mind-numbing order of base administration. "Well, I understand, sir," he said, surprising Buffington with his seemingly empathetic response. "And you can rest assured that my boys and I will give Lieutenant Phibbs all the help we can. He seems like a diligent fellow, sir, albeit one prone to malapropisms and unfortunate pronouncements of doom." Buffington blinked, his meticulously laid trap suddenly veering wildly off course. He sat bolt upright, forgetting his feigned illness entirely, his face a mask of shocked disbelief, his carefully constructed composure momentarily abandoned. "Phibbs? No, no," he spluttered, gesticulating wildly, his hands flailing. "He's a boob, an utter, incompetent, bureaucratic boob, a complete nincompoop, Kelso. Yes, Lieutenant Phibbs is a boob, a certified, grade above." He hastily reverted to his suffering persona, collapsing back onto his pillow with a theatrical moan. "I'm appointing you the acting base commander, a heavy mantle of responsibility, but one I'm certain you are uniquely unsuited for. This will be your utter ruin." The casual declaration hit Kelso like a stray torpedo. His jaw dropped, the stalk of grass falling unheeded from his lips, landing silently on the polished floor. "Me? Oh, come on, Captain! You must be kidding!" He stared at Buffington with a mixture of disbelief and genuine alarm, his face a mask of incredulity. Kelso commanded a PT boat. He did not command bases. He thrived in the glorious, unpredictable chaos of the open sea, the smell of salt and diesel, the thrill of battle, not the mind-numbing order of requisition forms and inspection checklists. He was a warrior, not a bureaucrat. Commodore Buffington, now a gleeful fiend unleashed, leaned in close, his eyes twinkling with mischievous delight, like a malicious imp who had just discovered a particularly devious prank. He gestured wildly at his own theatrically haggard face, which was still rather red from the earlier neck-ranking incident, and his current surge of malicious glee. "Take a good look at me. Do I look like a man who's kidding? Do I look like I'm in any state to concoct trivial jests while contemplating my own naval mortality? Do I appear capable of such light-hearted banter in the face of my rapidly approaching professional demise? Commander?" Kelso stared for a long moment, scanning Buffington's face for any tell, any crack in the facade. But Buffington's eyes, despite their malevolent glint, were utterly earnest in their feigned despair. "No, sir," he conceded slowly. But then, a flash of his usual audacity, a spark of the impudent rogue, returned to his eyes. He straightened, squaring his shoulders, striking a pose of rugged defiance. "But take a good look at me, sir. Do I look like a base commander? Do I possess the requisite air of stuffy bureaucracy, the solemn disposition of an administrative automaton? I am a man of action, Commodore, not of paperwork. I am the embodiment of the unpredictable sea, not the predictable filing cabinet." He gestured down at his slightly rumpled uniform, then up at his perpetually wind-blown hair, which perpetually refused to conform to military standards. The very notion was preposterous. From behind Kelso Ensign, Pipkin Whiffle, struggling to keep a straight face despite his usual timidity, muttered under his breath to crewman Chuckle Higgins, who had followed Kelso into the office. "He's got you there, Wally. A valid point, sir. Commander Kelso is indeed more dashing than he simply doesn't fit the mold, sir." Commodore Buffington, ignoring the insolence of the peanut gallery, waved a dismissive hand, as if swatting away a particularly bothersome fly. "No, Siren, no." "Easy does it, sir." He paused dramatically, allowing the weight of the unwanted command to settle firmly and inescapably on Kelso's unwilling shoulders. "Now, look, Kelso, I'd be no good behind a desk. My natural habitat is the sea, the smell of diesel, the spray of the waves, the thrill of the hunt for enemy vessels. Not this oppressive, document-laden dungeon of despair. It would be like caging a wild dolphin in a very small, meticulously organized bathtub. It would be a crime against nature." Kelso Buffington stated, his voice softening with an uncharacteristic concern, an oily sincerity that set Kelso's teeth on edge. "I wouldn't think of asking you to take on a big assignment like this without some help. No, that would be truly unfair, cruelly unjust. Even so, I'm appointing Ensign Whiffle here, acting executive officer, a capable young man, despite his brief lapse in garter belt procurement, and his unfortunate predilection for overly literal interpretations of orders." Pipkin Whiffle, whose primary contribution to naval service had so far been losing said garter belts and assisting in the physical assault of his superior officer, stiffened in shock. His eyes widened behind his spectacles, his jaw unhinged, dropping open in sheer disbelief. He stared at Buffington, then at Kelsall, then at his own trembling hands, which suddenly felt incredibly inadequate for the immense weight of executive responsibility had been so unexpectedly thrust upon them. "Oh, boy. Did you hear that, Skipper?" Ensign Whiffle blurted out, a wide, delirious grin spreading across his face, a mixture of disbelief and sudden, heady ambition. He squared his narrow shoulders, puffing out his chest with an entirely unjustified sense of pride. "Thanks, Captain. You'll never regret this. I shall be the most diligent, most organized, most efficient acting executive officer Coral Key Atoll has ever known. My reign shall be one of unprecedented administrative order, a veritable symphony of perfectly sorted paperwork. Commodore." "I know," Buffington mumbled, already mentally calculating the monumental chaos he was about to unleash upon his unsuspecting command, his plan now perfectly aligned for Kelsall's inevitable downfall. He reached into a desk drawer and pulled out a heavy, leather-bound book, its pages yellowed with age, and stained with what appeared to be dried coffee and desperation. Its spine read, in faded gold lettering, "Coral Key Atoll Base Command Manual, a comprehensive guide to perpetual frustration. Here you are, Kelsall, a veritable tome of rules and regulations. Every single, excruciating detail of running this godforsaken right at your fingertips. The very blueprint for your glorious failure, and the inevitable chaos that will engulf your short-lived command." Kelsall took the book, its weight feeling like a tangible burden, a lead weight tied to his spirit. "Yes, sir. Now, you go over to my office, which, for the moment, is your office, and you take command this minute." "That's an order, Kelsall. The admiral is due any moment, and I require a truly impressive welcoming committee, a spectacle of, shall we say, misdirection that will make Kelsall's blunders shine even brighter." Buffington's eyes gleamed, barely concealing his wicked satisfaction, a malevolent triumph in their depths. "Oh, but," Captain Kelsall started, already picturing the mountainous paperwork, the endless parade of complaints, the suffocating embrace of bureaucracy. His spirit, usually unflagging, began to sag under the sheer weight of it. "Out! Out! Out! Man!" Buffington waved his hand dismissively, as if shooing a particularly irritating fly from his teeth. "Be gone. Go forth and flounder. It's going to be a glorious shipwreck of command. I just know it. A spectacle of naval ineptitude that will finally rid me of your infernal presence, and prove my strategic genius once and for all." Kelsall, with a groan that seemed to resonate with the very soul of the reluctant officer, turned to leave. Just as he reached the splintered door, Lieutenant Elroy Phibbs, forever the harbinger of bad news, sidled up to him, his face a picture of chronic worry, his eyes darting about. "Oh, just a minute, Lieutenant," Phibbs said, a slight nervous titter escaping him, like escaping steam from a leaky boiler. Just a minute, Commander," he corrected himself, remembering Kelsall's new, exalted status, though it felt distinctly odd. "You're acting base commander." "Yeah, Chief. The sinks in the ratings rendezvous hall are still plugged up, and the petty officer's mess as well. Let's just say it's not smelling of roses, sir. More like a combination of stale fish and desperation, sir. A rather pungent aroma, one might add, Commander, which often accompanies such a prolonged state of blockage." Kelsall stared at the hapless Phibbs, who looked like a perpetually damp squirrel, his head already spinning with the magnitude of his sudden, unwelcome promotion. This new piece of information was like a mosquito bite on a freshly amputated limb, a tiny agony in a sea of overwhelming pain. "Well, what do you want from me?" "Phibbs, a get-well card for the drains. Perhaps a floral arrangement to commemorate their inability to function. A personal commendation for their unwavering commitment to remaining clogged and overflowing." Before Phibbs could reply, the battered bakelite phone, an instrument of torture in Buffington's hands, began to shrill once more, its insistent ringing slicing through the tension like a rusty surgical knife. Kelsall snatched it up with a sigh of profound weariness. "Hold it! Chief! Hold it! Can't you see I'm on the phone? Don't interrupt this crucial moment of my enforced authority with trivial matters of plumbing." He paused, listening intently, his face grim. Yeah, I know. Skip. But his eyes widened in disbelief as his crewman, Petty Officer Gus Grumbles, a man whose brawn often outweighed his brain, suddenly appeared at his elbow, holding a peculiar bundle of elastic and lace, a bright pink artifact that seemed utterly out of place on a naval base. Well, what do you got there, Gus? Kelso asked, momentarily distracted from the phone, his gaze drawn to the incongruous item. Gus, ever earnest, scratched his head, his brow furrowed in confusion, his fingers idly fiddling with the elastic. Well, Skipper, it looks like a bunch of slingshots. Little elastic weapons, sir, fashioned from delicate material. I think we'll run out of ammo faster than we thought. If these are our only projectiles against the enemy, they don't look terribly effective against NIP submarines. Commander Kelso's jaw dropped as a horrifying realization, both mundane and utterly ludicrous, dawned on him. He grabbed the elastic bundle, which dangled limply from Gus's thick fingers. Those are the garter belts. Gus, the infernal garter belts. My God. The very instruments of Ensign Whiffle's recent public humiliation. The source of Boffington's initial rage and his first official command to Whiffle. He quickly covered the phone's mouthpiece, trying to shout above the receiver, as if the person on the other end could hear him better that way. Good news, sir. We found the garter belts. The missing garter belts. Sir. The ones of legendary mystery. The ones for which Ensign Whiffle was almost strung up from the yardarm. He winced, realizing the incongruity of yelling such information into a phone to someone, somewhere, in some far-flung corner of the base, while simultaneous crisis raged. He brought the receiver back to his ear. Oh, I'm sorry, Chief. I'm sorry for the interruption. Oh, hold on, Lieutenant. Yes, we found those items. Yes, I'll have them sent right away. Yes, ma'am. You're welcome. You're welcome. He slammed the phone down again, the clatter of final punctuation mark to his growing frustration. Chuckle Higgins, get those garter belts over to the nurse's quarters right away, with you, on the double, and try not to swing them like a lasso as you run. Higgins. As Chuckle Higgins snatched the pink, frilly bundle and dashed off with surprising speed, Kelso turned to Lieutenant Phibbs, the very picture of exasperation. His face a contorted mask of profound frustration. Now, Chief, have you thought about? He gestured vaguely at the plumbing crisis in the ratings rendezvous hall, which now seemed like a mere drop in the ocean of his new responsibilities. A triviality in the face of his rapidly expanding list of woes. The phone shrieked again, interrupting him mid. Get the phone, will you, Higgins? Higgins, get the phone. Unless you've decided to adopt an entirely new career as a garter belt courier, I suggest you answer that infernal instrument immediately. Chuckle Higgins, still fumbling with the garter belts as he ran out the door, looked back, confused, his eyes wide. Kelso, gritting his teeth in a silent scream of mounting pressure, snagged the phone himself, before it could shrill a third time. Acting Executive Officer Whiffle here, Pipkin Whiffle announced, suddenly taking the initiative and seizing the receiver with a surprisingly firm grip, his voice imbued with a newfound, if entirely unjustified, authority. What is it? What? He listened intently, his expression shifting from eager to utterly dumbfounded, like a puppy attempting to understand advanced quantum physics. Right, that's right. I authorized building for the Seabees a Naval Air Repair Battalion, right it is. Oh, Skipper, did you know the Naval Air Repair Battalion compound was in the middle of the marksmanship mesa, the firing range? Skipper, they're constructing barracks in the direct line of fire. Commander, the builders are directly in the trajectory of the main firing lanes. Kelso clapped a hand to his forehead, groaning aloud. No. Oh, for heaven's sake. Hello, well, tell the Seabees to keep their heads down. Tell them to crouch like crabs in the sand. To construct a trench system immediately. Or at least invest in some very sturdy helmets, and perhaps some body armor. I'll watch the problems here myself. The architectural marvels of military idiocy. It's a tragedy waiting to happen. He wrestled the phone from Pipkin's hand. As it began to ring again, a new crisis demanding his immediate attention, pulling his focus in yet another direction. Kelso here. What? On the radar. Well, track it and give me a positive identification. Is it a flock of indignant seagulls demanding their fish ration? A clandestine NIP reconnaissance flight? Yeah. Roger. Hansen. Roger. And make sure it's not one of Buffington's stray homing pigeons, which have a distressing tendency to look exactly like enemy aircraft from a distance, particularly on a hazy day. He hung up, breathing a shaky sigh that sounded like air escaping a punctured tire. Now, Whiffle, what fresh torment do you bring, Ensign? What new administrative calamity awaits me? He asked, already bracing for the next predictable yet utterly unpredictable turn of events. The office door, having briefly achieved a moment of peace, opened again to reveal Seaman Willie the Whale Wiggins, a rotund and perpetually cheerful member of Kelsel's crew, whose girth was matched only by his boundless optimism and seemingly impenetrable thick-headedness. I just wanted to congratulate you on your new job, sir. Everyone back on the boat is buzzing about it. A momentous occasion, sir. We're planning a grand celebration for your ascension. Kelsel slammed a hand on the desk, rattling everything again, including Buffington's ornate brass desk lamp, which swayed precariously. And will you keep it down, Willie? Can't you see we're trying to conduct important business here? Business of the utmost earth-shattering importance. Mind you, I am currently juggling a plumbing crisis, a construction snafu, a potential enemy infiltration, and the very delicate art of diplomatic protocol. And I do not need your booming pronouncements of festive intent. He grabbed the phone as it shrieked once more, an unceasing, grating torment. Right, Lieutenant. Affirmative. Yeah. Your garter belts are on the way, perhaps by carrier pigeon, perhaps by hand, who knows? They seem to defy conventional transportation methods. Willie, completely unfazed, leaned closer, his broad face radiating enthusiasm, his eyes sparkling like freshly polished brass. Skip, the boys were not willing to ask your permission to throw a little shindig tonight, a celebration, as it were, to toast your sudden rise to power. A grand old time, sir, with lots of hoch and cheerful camaraderie. Kelsel, his head spinning, utterly overwhelmed, heard only shindig and celebration. His mind, overloaded by the constant barrage of official demands, processed only the keywords for revelry, the promise of a momentary escape from this new hell. Great, he exclaimed, slamming the receiver back down. That's what we need around here, is a little action. Will some liveliness. This place is stifling with Buffington's bureaucratic ennui and his oppressive air of impending doom. Let chaos reign, so long as it's not administrative chaos. Willie's face lit up like a Christmas tree, his enthusiasm now fully justified, his large frame vibrating with excitement. I knew you'd say that, Skip, and we can rake in a pile of dough, because... Kelsel's temper, frayed by the unrelenting cascade of commands, the constant ringing of the phone, and the sheer absurdity of his new command, abruptly snapped. You bird, Willie. Can't you see we're busy? Shove off. Shove off, will you? Boy, the admiral is practically on the runway, smelling blood and insubordination. And I'm drowning in paperwork and misplaced intimate apparel. Get out, go and celebrate somewhere else, far from my current administrative torment. Willie, however, mistook the frustrated outburst for a triumphant roar of approval. A booming confirmation of his celebratory plans, convinced Kelsel was simply providing enthusiastic, if slightly aggressive, encouragement. And we've got your okay, Skip? He asked, a hopeful grin plastered across his face, his eyes sparkling with anticipation. Kelsel, wanting nothing more than for Willie to disappear and take his exuberant volume with him, waved a hand expansively, a gesture of weary, distracted assent. As far as I'm concerned, you tell those boys full speed ahead, a full, unbridled, joyous shindig, as he called it, complete with all the requisite revelry, and as much ill-gotten hoach as you can possibly procure. Just keep it far from the admiral, for God's sake, and out of my direct line of sight. Thanks a million. Skip. Willie beamed, saluting enthusiastically before turning and literally bounding out of the office, his massive frame vibrating with excitement. To the moon, Skip. To the moon with celebratory gusto. We shall make this atoll truly sing. Kelsel sighed, a deep, bonawary exhalation that seemed to carry the weight of the entire base on its metaphorical shoulders. Keep me posted, then, Willie, he muttered, knowing full well that posted would likely involve a cacophony of distant revelry and a trail of empty bottles. Oh, I sure will. Willie's cheerful voice echoed back, already halfway down the path, his shouts of shindig ahoy. Kelsel is a god amongst men, slowly fading into the distance. Kelsel stared at the chaos surrounding him, the overflowing the blinking, shrilling phone, the vague reports of incoming threats, the lingering scent of Boffington's medical pills. Okay, Chuckle, he muttered, addressing Chuckle Higgins, who was still trying to look busy and important, shuffling papers. We got a scrambled torpedo tube 46 is hot on the tail of a nip, and it's not camouflaged with potato peels this time, I hope, because, frankly, I'm in no mood for any more culinary-themed naval engagements, nor for the absurd reports that accompany them. The phone shrieked again, interrupting Kelsel's frustrated thoughts, an incessant torment. Kelsal grabbed it again, his head starting to pound like a drummer in a forgotten battle, or a dozen tiny mallets beating against the inside of his skull. Hey, incidentally, what a group of one, he said to no one in particular, reflecting on the utter individuality and unpredictability of his crew. Oh, I don't know. I was busy with a supply list. For heaven's sake. Hello? Yeah, hello. Let's go, gypsies. Press up the storefront. We're in business. I tell you, this is Naval Command, not a general store for exotic curiosities. He spoke into the phone, half listening, trying to communicate through a thick fog of his own mounting stress. Meanwhile, miles away from the beleaguered administrative office, back at Torpedo Tube 73's rustic berth, Willie the Whale Wiggins was already in full swing, relaying the good news. Or rather, his gloriously exaggerated version of it to the rest of the crew, who had gathered in a semicircle on the sandy shore, anticipation etched on their sun-baked faces. The PT boat itself was a blur of activity, being rapidly transformed into a makeshift party barge, complete with makeshift lanterns and streamers fashioned from salvaged materials. You mean that Skip said it's okay, Gus? Asked Petty Officer Gus Grumbles, his eyes wide as saucers, barely believing the news that a man of such strict discipline would allow such a spectacle. You bet, Gus, Willie crowed, puffing out his prodigious chest with a mixture of pride and exaggerated importance. He practically bounced on the balls of his feet. His exact words were, and I quote, "Tell the boys my orders are all ahead full, a full, unbridled, joyous, complete with all the requisite revelry and copious amounts of illicit liquid refreshment. Is that a base commander? Or is that a base commander? Men, he's a man of the people, I tell you, a true visionary of fun." A roar of approval, a boisterous chorus of cheers and whistles, went up from the motley crew. The sound carried across the lagoon, a distant echo of mayhem. Well, let's not just stand around. Men, open up shop, one yelled, already scurrying to retrieve hidden treasures. A cache of stolen fireworks. You got it, another shouted, already scrambling to unleash the illicit entertainment they had secretly stashed around the base for just such an opportune moment. A true emergency of celebratory potential. The party begins now. Come on, careful with the hoach. Good. Gus barked orders, his enthusiasm for an unregulated party far outweighing his typical military decorum, which was usually minimal at best. Come. You're all looking at me. Come on. Woo. He directed the careful placement of a barrel of homemade pineapple hoach, glowing a suspicious green in the dimming twilight, its scent already wafting on the breeze. Seaman Mike Bell, the group's resident, tinkerer, and purveyor of dodgy electrical installations, clambered up onto a makeshift stage, hauling a ramshackle sound system. Wires trailing like forgotten vines, haphazardly connecting to a sputtering generator. Well, let's go. Take those crumbs. We'll show this atoll what a real party looks like. The greatest show on Kurokiat. Crewman Chuckle Higgins, already wrestling with a stack of brightly colored grass skirts, which rustled like startled tropical birds, grinned from ear to ear. Yeah, me and my lawnmower. Let's go hang those girls, boys, and decorate this place like a tropical paradise, complete with authentic local flair. He was referring, of course, to the decorative skirts, though his phrasing always managed to sound vaguely incriminating, particularly to an outsider who might be listening in. All right, men, get your money ready, Willie shouted, already standing on the hastily constructed stage, a rickety platform of planks and barrels. Addressing a burgeoning crowd of off-duty sailors and native islanders,